But yeah, Mark, as far as those phone books, I bet like motherfuckers that been in jail for like 10, 15 years, they probably get out and they don't see phone books. They probably, you know, they probably wild. They probably like, oh, what the fuck happened to phone? Because you know that's what the fuck they use
Yeah.
to not get shanked.
In the
Yeah,
jails.
yeah, 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 yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
which I wouldn't know why they would even still have phone books in jail. I mean, because motherfuckers, it's not like you're looking in the phone book for somebody to fucking call. Typically, you're gonna have their number
Right,
or
because
whatever.
people in jail.
I know this. I know this seems like weird and over analytical, but you know, a jail nigga might come out of jail and say, "Damn, where the phone books at?" Because institutionalized get stabbed, like Mark always mentioning.
Yeah.
Stab or some shit like that.
No, that's real shit because somebody in my husband's family was in jail for over 20 years. So he was in jail when he came out. You know how people used to back in the day have the Bluetooth headsets on their ear? So when you
Right.
see people in the street and you think they talking to themselves but they got a Bluetooth, he used to be like, "What is that in people's ear?" And they was like, "That's a Bluetooth." He's like, "What's a Bluetooth?"
Damn.
Like he honestly he really did not know. It's crazy.
You
Because
walk by
now
him.
people in jail got Instagram, TikTok, they got
Yeah,
everything.
well, like
It's
I said before, y'all mean shoot now jail be lit. You know what I mean? You know,
Right.
like for real.
Hey, Mark.
I still don't want to go, but I'm just saying.
Hey, Merv, like hey, I'm about to say, man.
What the
fuck you talk? Whoa.
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking about?
I'm gonna say like this, right? To be honest, yeah, I mean, it's some jails. I can't speak for all jails, but some everything. Yeah, I mean, you can get on the outside, you can get in there, including the woman, including the woman. If you got it hooked up like that.
Hey, yo, Mark, I see what you're saying because I've seen some. I ain't know the shit was real, man. I saw a motherfucker with like a family size meal from like Bojangles in jail, like motherfuckers posing with it. I'm like, how the fuck motherfucker had a pit bull in the jail cell, bro. I'm like, shit had to be shit had to be Photoshop. I seen the fucking pictures.
I'm like, man, I'm gonna say like this. This how I knew, right?
You gotta be Photoshop.
No, but
funny.
Somebody, you know, somebody has sent something to me, right? And this is when the Popeye's chicken sandwich craze just started getting off. And the bull was like, oh yeah, I had to try one of these Johns. Like in jail, like the sandwich only been out for like there's people on the outside who ain't even get that sandwich yet, and you got it. Like
yo, he got the plug. It's like the Jordan releases. Like you gotta get it first.
I just like man, you know,
you gotta be the first at everything.
I like you know. I like it happens sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? But
I guess.
Yeah.
So what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today on this hump day?
Shoot.
What up? Hey, you underrated nigga today.
Okay, I got you. I'm on it.
You know what? You gotta go back and forth. I need you to go back and forth.
Okay. Libras. Yeah. I'll choose each scale.
I need to go back and forth. Because we're gonna need an all nigga perspective, but you know, but then I'm also gonna want that I need you to turn masculinity off and bring some femininity into it.
So you got to give me a clue. When you snap, that's when I turn into honorary nigga.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
like goddamn.
That shit.
We do like Dream of Genie. Then she used to goddamn do a snap and do her nose or some shit like. Do some shit.
Right.
You know, Dream of Genie.
Yo. What up? It's the guys. What's up, motherfuckers? What's going on?
Whoa. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
I did the Dream of Genie shit, and she turned into a nigga.
Welcome to the guys' pie.
Yo, so listen. I'm gonna drink. Normally I drink liquor, but I feel like we about to talk about a very volatile topic. So I'm drinking wine so I can stay calm because I don't want to react like other people be reacting over this past 3 or 4 days.
Why you want to stay calm though? You know what I'm saying? Usually ain't calm for other shit.
Hey, because man, it's been too many niggas wilding. It's been too many niggas wilding over the past goddamn 3 days, man.
This is true though.
Hey,
this is true.
Look, one nigga wild for the whole nigga population on Sunday.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
On national TV.
And apparently, and Mervin, apparently a true nigga fashion. It was like, hey man, you need to leave. That nigga say, no, I ain't going no flight.
You gonna have to throw me out. You got to throw me out this job.
I'm gonna post it because I know once we start talking, I'm not gonna be able to stop y'all and show these pictures. So I'm gonna show every one of these pictures right now before we jump in this shit. Because I already know once we start talking, ain't no pausing.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Merv. We'll behave. We will behave.
You gonna be the main one, nigga.
Merv just like, no, I'm gonna put them all up. Go with your first instinct, Merv.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so
I'm appalled. What's up, Tayson?
All right.
Damn, he put that up fast too.
What happened?
Why you really gonna let the clip off? We can put them up and then talk about it.
No, we're not. All right, no, listen, no. So, hey,
yes, we can.
This is the first picture. Academy initiates disciplinary proceedings against Will Smith over Oscar incident. As you can see, this is after Will slapped the shit out of goddamn Chris Rock. All right,
Chris's words, not yours. That's what he said.
This is right. Yeah. He said, "Damn, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me."
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Yeah, you said that.
That nigga got tremendous poise, doesn't he?
You talking about control? He has some control.
Academy says Will Smith refused to leave Oscars after slap. Begins disciplinary proceedings.
Yeah, that's some Philly shit. Mark can attest to that. Them niggas don't listen.
We'll get to it.
Suspension, expulsion. Oscar Board of Governors says of Chris Rock slap, actor wouldn't lead ceremony despite reps being asked by organizers.
Shit, nobody else wanted to get slapped. Shit.
Damn.
This is where it says everyone is talking about Will Smith, but the real man was Chris Rock. This man could have taken the Will Smith low road, but stood there like a real man, composed himself, remained professional, and chose not to embarrass minorities any more than what had already happened. But this nigga right here, Shannon Sharp, said, I would have whipped Will Smith.
Yeah, I would have fucked Will up for the coach.
I actually agree with that.
Shannon Sharp said, I would either whip Will ass or I would have forced him to finish whipping my ass.
Damn.
Either I'm going to whip my ass or I'm going to force him to whip my ass. That's all I got. Go.
Man.
Hey, listen. Which aspect we want to talk about first? We can talk about how Will.
Break it up in aspects. Break it up in that.
I have a request for Mark.
I
have a request. I need your ass to be objective on this one, nigga. I know you fairly all day, but I need a little bit, just a little bit of objectivity from your ass tonight. Let's do that.
I'm gonna try my best. That's all I can do.
I know.
Hey, Mark like Philly City Boys up one.
Right.
Yeah.
Philly City Boys up one.
Yeah.
No, that's like 10 points. But that one, that has to be like a 10-point because even me, when I see that, the first person I thought of, Mark, was you. I was like, shit.
Man, hey Becca, I got something that's going to one up that. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna love this, right? Hey up, Jada Pinkett Smith is, she already was a City Girl legend. She already was in the City Girl Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Yep.
She is a City Girl immortal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes.
I'm gonna say like this: it's nothing that a woman can say to Jada Smith that can up that. My man slapped the ball for me at the Oscars. It's no other City Girl story that could be better than that.
Live, right, Merv.
And live, Mark, add that.
And live, right? So, and here's a but here's another thing. You know what I'm saying? See, Jada, for real, with her being a City Girl immortal, right? And Tupac being an immortal, period, right? She gets closer to him even in death. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, she didn't just drove. Jada closer to Tupac.
Mark, can I say something? Because you made me think of something. When that shit happened, I really thought Will had one of them, what would Tupac do moments. I felt like he was like, yo, what would Tupac do right now?
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I'm fucking glad you said that.
That's what Nick. I'm like, I really feel like
I would have shot him.
Huh?
I want Merv. I'm glad you brought that up, and we need for the discussion that I'm gonna. We need to keep this shit in mind because this shit. Right,
we can talk about that. We can talk about it now because that's what I feel. Because everybody knows the love that Jada had for Tupac.
Yeah.
Nobody has surmounted that, including goddamn Will. Will said himself that he was jealous and insecure over Tupac. You know
and Jada Yamin has known that for years and used it against him for years.
And she said it publicly. She said on a Red Table Talk that she has never been able to love a man the way that she's loved Tupac.
Whoa, hold the fuck up, time out. Fact check confirmed. Hold on, that's for real?
Yes.
Yes. And that's why I feel like that was what would Tupac do? What would Tupac do right now? Not what would Jesus do.
Yeah. Right.
Like, yo, what would Tupac do right now? Because it was like
it's true. Hey, it did play. Yeah.
Because this one thing, Will was laughing and then looked over at Jada and he immediately
rolled her eyes. She was real.
It was almost like Tupac wouldn't be laughing right now.
Listen.
And this nigga proceeded to walk up there and slap.
Listen, I don't condone violence, but I understand. But I think the most what did it for me was the walk off. He slapped him, turned around, and was real smooth with the walk off.
I ain't gonna lie, the walk off was smooth. Now I'm not gonna fucking lie about that shit. The walk off was fucking
definitely. Hey,
but I will say this, Merv, about the slap. I don't think that slap was for Chris or the fact that he was specifically made a joke about Jada. That was built up. Tupac got something to do with that. So does August Alsina and any other goofy shit that he has gone through because
years.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think Chris Rock was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he was a vessel for all of those frustrations when Will walked up on that stage.
I agree with that, but here's another thing. I think, to be honest with you, Chris Yamin thought Will was sweet. Like I didn't joke on the bull before. I'm a joke on him now. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be just comedy. You know what I mean? He thought it was sweet. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Well, put it like this, right? Everybody keeps saying, you know what I mean, for like, yo, man, Chris Rock tell jokes about everybody, right? Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yo, Jay-Z was in he was at the Oscars. So was Puff. So was Denzel.
So was
Blue. No joke about them. He didn't make no joke about them. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just like, wait a minute, it might be a problem with the bull. He thought Will was sweet.
I feel like your Philly biasness is coming out right now.
That nigga reaching.
He thought he was sweet. That's all I'm saying. He thought he was sweet.
Because Mark, let me ask you a question. I will tell you up front. When I go to every time I'm going to a comedy show, one thing I always do, I make sure I get seats in the motherfucking back. All them niggas you name right now, were they in the front? Will and Jada was in the fucking front. When you in the fucking front of a comedy show of a fucking comedian, you are fucking game. You are game because it's easy for them to see you. If you don't want if you don't want no joke on you, sit your ass in the fucking back.
I'm gonna say like this, man.
But you know what?
He's been coming at that ball for years. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing: we're in 2022, where you know what I mean, people really think, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, if I talk shit about you when you're not here, I actually might could do that to your face. You know what I'm saying?
But that was
and he got the wrong one that night.
Okay. Let me respond to that. This is what's fucking irking me. Everybody's saying that, well, he shouldn't have been talking shit, blah blah blah. He wasn't talking shit. He was telling a motherfucking joke. You know what he does for a living? You know what he get paid millions to do for a living? You know what has fed his fucking family for a living for all his goddamn life? Telling jokes. This motherfucker has been telling jokes. He tell jokes to other people. That motherfucker had a badass joke about O.J. Simpson. You know what I'm saying? He was like, everybody talking about O.J. Simpson got acquitted, and everybody's excited. He was like, for what? Where's my fucking OJ prize in my motherfucking mailbox? The nigga tell jokes on celebrities. He tell jokes on people.
Well,
he's not talking shit. He's telling a motherfucking joke.
Well, let me ask you this: what kind of precedence does that set going for? Because there's a lot of people out there that sides with Jada and Willow. That's simply because there's
side with Jada.
There's speculation. There's speculation. Some people are saying that he knew that he was already told, don't tell the joke. That's what was heard. But some people are also saying that he didn't know.
He said he didn't know. He was.
I heard from Christine. I heard from Chris that Christine said he did not know of her medical condition, and that apology that's going around the internet is fake. That shit. I
agree with Jamal. Yeah, that's fake. I agree with Jamal just said. I think she should have stopped him. But you can't even. I'm trying to say the week I had talking about
when you're a city girl mortal, you're not stopping that. Yeah, I mean you want it to go on because you love drama and you love shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it. But it's almost like you have to tread carefully about Jada, and when people are making comparisons, as we always do in situations like these, I've had a lot of women telling me this week, why y'all bringing up August Alsina? It's irrelevant. No, the fucking ain't, in my opinion. Simply because this is part of the reason. And then literally with a straight face, y'all really think I'm the only one in America that's comparing this and saying, because y'all saw I put whole time August Alsina face is unslapped. Now, my thing is, I think that's a fair. Like I was asked, why are you bringing that up? Because I think it's a fair comparison. I really do think it's a fair comparison, and people were trying to downplay. And I'm not even blaming August Alsina for actually fucking Jada. I think he should have saw them hands for making that song. Because it's Jada. No, give me 1 second. It's Jada's fault that she let that man smash. But when he made the song, I gotta come see you, bro. I'm sorry.
So here's the thing. This is the reason why people are saying. Let me just give a different perspective as to why they're saying the August Alsina shouldn't be mentioned, because that's something that was understood between the two of them, right? So if if their extramarital activities were understood between the two of them, so if Will, and plus there's a couple nuances to that August Alsina thing, because that happened years before we found out. Jada never said anything. Will never said anything. The only reason we know about that is because of August. He had an album coming out, right? So that was the only reason why we knew about it. Also, when it came out, that was the only time that they addressed it, because he said something. So if he had never said anything, we would have never known about it. That was something that they had already taken care of years before we found out about it. So they had supposedly already healed from that. So when you saying that, yes, Will should have at that point, just knowing about it and being healed from it is one thing. Now the song is another thing. Like, bruh, we are years past this. Me and my wife and you have already gone through all of this. Now your ass want to bring a song out about it. Now you're doing too much. So now you probably should get chin check for that. But the reason it's saying it's apple and oranges is because in one situation, Will knew about that. Jada knew about that. It was discussed. It was in the past. It was years ago. This is something that's been recent that she's still going through. She's still having to deal with it emotionally. It was on a public forum at the Oscars in front of everybody. And when if you look back at the video, you see there's a slight second where Chris was like, come on. Like, he knew that was an inappropriate joke, but felt like it should have been laughed at.
I did. Hold on. Why you saying he knew that was an inappropriate joke?
Because if you look at the video, he goes,
so you're assuming
right? So that everybody else reaction, he goes, "Oh, come on now. Come on, that was a good one." So he was basically saying like,
no, now you're assuming right now. Now you're assuming he knew. You're assuming he knew right now.
Well, his reaction only showed that.
No, it showed what? You assuming
The crowd's reaction. Maybe he said it, probably didn't know until after he said it. Before he said, so you're right, Merv. At the time when he said it, he thought he was going to be able to just get it off and keep it moving. But the crowd's reaction when they was like, then he was like, come on, y'all, it's funny. Like,
hold on. Let me ask you one question. Have you gone and looked at G.I. Jane cover, the movie cover?
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have. But I'm saying, have you looked back at the cover recently since all this shit came out?
Yeah, it looks exactly how Jada
looks exactly like G.I. Jane.
Just because you think here's the thing. I always say this to people. You can't tell somebody how to react to something you said to them.
There you go. There you go.
Some shit to somebody and then also tell them how to react. Although G.I. Jane was a boss in her movie, that doesn't mean that Jada should have taken it as a compliment. Just because she has short hair and she's cutting herself voluntarily doesn't mean she's going to be okay with losing her hair because of an illness. It's very, very different.
Hold on. Okay, so here's the thing about this illness, right? Everybody keep bringing up this goddamn illness. I had no fucking idea she had any kind of medical condition, alopecia. And I put a post on Facebook saying I had no idea she had where this come from. You know how many people came under my post and immediately said, I didn't know. A lot of people didn't know. Even a lot of celebrities didn't know either. Because this is something that's recent. She's only been talking about this recently, like I was saying, the past few months. And if you go back to her page and look, she shows you stars in her scalp. So after you go back, if you don't give a damn, her. Right, but if you don't give a damn about celebrities or give a damn about Jada, you would have never known. So yes, it is
you
true
can't.
That even a celebrity would have never
people
known.
wild because they think, you know what I'm saying, like you can control how Will gonna react. Will gonna react the way he want to react. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, too bad. You know what I mean? If he felt that boy, you know what I mean, for had a slap coming, then he felt that he had it coming.
Listen,
hey, wait a minute. I'm gonna hit you on that. This is a comedian, John. Go ahead, Becca. I got a story for y'all. Trust me.
So just a quick tidbit. Yes, alopecia is a form of cancer. It's an autoimmune deficiency. So, and if you look up alopecia, it is one of the first signs, and people who have alopecia are at a high risk of getting cancer. So yes, that's the reason why it's being mentioned, because alopecia is the gateway. It could possibly lead to cancer. That's really the reason. But other than that, nobody really knew that she had. Right?
But no. Hey, I don't care whether you know what I'm at the point now where I don't care whether he knew or not, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Magic Johnson jokes over the last 30 years. How many times have people with illnesses, cancer, debilitating stuff have been the butt of jokes? So now in 2022, are we going to change the precedents as far as what we can joke on and what we can't for comedians? Is that what we're doing? That's all I'm asking.
Well, the same thing happened with Chadwick. Nobody knew he had cancer until same thing happened with Tracy Braxton. She posted a picture at her son's wedding. They said she looks ridiculous. She lost too much weight. She looks stupid. Next thing you know, she's gone.
But my thing is,
Chadwick, same thing. He had cancer. Nobody knew.
I'm like, man, my thing is, I can't tell Will like, oh yeah, you shouldn't slap bull. Like, you know what I mean? If he feel he need a slap bull, then that's what he need to do. You know what I'm saying? Comedian or not. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you a real story, right? My first week in Miami, my very first week, the very first Mark, time I visited.
Hold up.
What?
Hold up before you tell that story.
Go ahead.
I'm bring Tina on, so she gave the story so we could, because I feel like this is gonna be a story that motherfuckers are gonna want to respond to. I just feel it in my bones.
Look at Tina's face.
All right. Yo.
I'll tell you a story, Mark.
No, but check this out, right? My first week in Miami, it's the first time I ever been in the city, right? I go to a comedy show, right? In Coconut Grove. You know what I'm saying? Coconut Grove used to be like real nice spot or whatever, right? I'm at this comedy show and Juvenile was there. Juvenile Birdman from Cash Money, right? I don't know what this comic was, but he would just start going in like on people in the front. And then Juvenile was over in the VIP and then he started talking about him. You know what I'm saying? And he said something that Juvenile ain't like. And he was just like, Juvenile was like, yo, watch your mouth. right? And the bull kept talking. Juvenile ran on that stage and whooped his ass. And it had to take about 6 people to get him off this comedian. You know what I'm saying?
What's your point?
No, my point is that like, yo, you can't determine how somebody gonna react. You know what I'm saying? If they don't like what you're saying, they whoop your ass, they go to fight you, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? You can't control that.
Mark, let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you one question.
They start giving comedians hazard pay then, because that's Mark, a crazy ass concept right there.
Mark, I want so in your opinion, you was there that night. Was Juvenile right or wrong? In your opinion,
I would say excessive. You know what I mean? Because the beating was severe. Like I would say excessive.
Possibly a felon. It's assault, like, possibly a felony as well.
Well, so. and that's what he got. But what I'm saying is, you know, it was severe. Like I'm just like, anytime when somebody talk about you and they got a broken nose and shit like that, then yeah, that beating, you know what I mean, was severe. You know what I'm saying?
Mark,
but can I say, yo, he was wrong for going after the bull? I can't technically say that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's certain people shouldn't talk shit about it.
His ass to a fucking comedy show, and the comedian started roasting his ass.
Yeah.
And he gets up, beat the fucking comedian up, and you can't say whether he's wrong or right. You can't say he's wrong because that's what I'm understanding. You know what? So you know, so Mark Lawrence deserves his ass whooped several times.
Like he's over 400 ass whoopings at the very least. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's Mississippi need to go be going to see that motherfucker tonight.
But it ain't no safe space for nobody when you out here. It ain't no safe space. Why should it be? Why should it be?
Because we live in a civilized society. You don't get to put your hands on people.
You said this society is civilized? You really think so?
Hey, check this out. Check this out. Real quick. Did y'all hear? Y'all not gonna like this, but did y'all hear Jim Carrey's take on this?
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey
that Will Smith got.
Jim Carrey said I would have pressed charges and I would have sued him for $200 million.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? I heard it.
Now, as fucked up as that sound, a lot of people are like, oh, motherfucker just can't take that L. That's consequences. That's consequences.
Everything has consequences. Like I get the consequence part, but I mean the doing part. I'm just like, yo, if a person feels whatever way they feel and that's what they going to do, then that's what they going to do.
Man, comedians have said way worse. Way worse. Like, why are we really going in because of hair? Like, come on. And let's be clear. Will was laughing, and it wasn't a defense mechanism laugh. He was laughing, and he did the clap, 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 laugh. He looked at his wife, and then he reacted. He thought the joke was funny. But you can't tell
people how to react. That's all I'm saying.
But he didn't. That wasn't his own. It's not about telling somebody how to react. That was his own personal. He thought the joke was funny. Let's be clear. He thought the joke was funny.
And his wife.
So how you gonna get? How you gonna get off? But you don't sit there. Don't sit there and say, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." When you was laughing at the joke. So which one is it?
So Kyle, you mean to tell me if you go to a comedy show and you sit in the front and they start clowning you, Kyle, you feel like you can walk up on that stage and swing out on a nigga?
Well, see, the difference is heckling at a comedy show is different than what happened. Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes. Wait, hold on. Let me explain. There is a personal relationship between Chris and Will. And Chris has been known for several years to get at Will and Jada. So his jokes wasn't just a regular comedian joking with somebody in the audience. It was different. That's only the reason why Will responded like that. Because I go to comedy shows often, and I know a lot of comedians, and they all say the same thing. When I get up there and I'm on the mic and I'm joking, your job is to laugh. If you don't like the joke, then don't fucking laugh. But what you cannot do is come to my face and come on stage and think you're going to just be able to do that. Because even prior to Sunday, a lot of comedians have had that happen. We can go back and look at plenty of videos where hecklers have gone on stage and tried to attack the comedian. We just seen one where the dude was trying to attack Mike Tyson, pulled out a gun and everything.
Right.
Just wanted to talk to Tyson.
But Becca,
But in this, hold on, in the same awards of Regina got on Will and Jada. The same awards.
But it was probably because it was from Chris Rock. And he got history with him. I don't know, you know what I mean, if he got beef with
Okay, so then don't sit there and say, oh, because he was talking about, you picked and choose who you wanted to get at. So the entanglement jokes was funny at the awards.
Well, put it like this: if somebody you don't like say something, it's different than when somebody you know that
but
you don't
the
really
joke
even
wasn't
give a
even.
shit.
First of all, it wasn't even a dope joke, but it wasn't a bad joke either. That's why Chris specifically said it was a good joke. It was a good joke because he's comparing her to G.I. Jane. Because if you watch the movie was great.
But that doesn't mean that
His
Jada
wife
has
ain't
to
like it,
be
and
there.
he reacted.
But that doesn't mean he knew either. So Jada having alopecia is her and whoever watched her show. If I didn't watch it, then I didn't know. You cannot get on me for something I did not know. If my joke was specifically because you just shaved your hair off, and I thought you shaved your hair off like Demi Moore, and you could play that role, cool. But if I didn't know that you cut it off medically, how can you get on me for something I didn't know?
Kyle, you
However I'm feeling is how I'm gonna react. That's it.
Well,
I don't
good
give a
luck,
shit
because
who
he
don't
picked
like
the
it.
right one. He picked the right one.
You
Because
know.
anybody else probably would have rocked Will Jaw. It would have been a whole rumble, or that,
I
like,
mean,
or what Jim Carrey said.
let it be that too. You know, you got to deal with the consequences after.
He's still going to deal with the consequences because the Oscars is dealing with is going over disciplinary actions for what he did.
Here's my biggest concern though. To me, it sets a precedence on how people joke going forward. Like because comedians are
like when they there
tell,
in the audience. I would say
comedians
maybe
are
so.
paid to tell. No, I mean that would be any audience though, Mark. Like stand up comedians have an audience. Like people like D.L. Hughley were known for cracking on random people in the audience. Does it make it right for them to come on the stage and fuck them up? Does that make it right?
No.
I'm just asking. Like I mean, and the thing is, okay, Will might have very well felt
based on the individual.
Right. Unfortunately, we live in the real world where there's consequences, and like you said, if he feel like he should go up there and slap Chris Rock, so be it. But there's consequences behind that.
Oh yeah,
you fucking.
His whole response was a delay.
You and Taser.
His whole response was a whole delay.
Y'all pause for the coast for Philly niggas, boy, because y'all niggas, Will could have shot his ass, and y'all would have backed Will.
Because we seen how shit go down here, so we can't just say what's right or wrong.
That was
especially
dumb.
when we
to go slap somebody over that was not worth it. That was not worth putting hands on somebody.
I seen it for less, and I seen worse for less.
And how long you think that person lasts or gonna last?
That's they thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, when Will, I don't care what year it was, I don't care how long ago it was. It's karma. When Will made that joke on that bald man, and he wasn't bald by choice, it was okay. And then Will turned around to the audience when the audience was saying something, and he said, "It's just a joke."
You talking on Arsenio Hall?
Or Arsenio Hall?
Arsenio Hall.
Hey, you know what I mean? For if somebody wanted to get up and do something to Will, then they should.
No, it's called "Don't be a hypocrite."
Mark, I do understand based on the history.
Putting hands on people.
I understand what you're saying, Mark, as far as the history, because I think Chris Tucker made some jokes about 2016 where Jada was boycotting the Oscars, and he said you wasn't invited anyway, or some shit like that. I forgot what the joke was.
Yeah, 2016.
But I mean, are we saying that's hands worthy as well, or something like? Is it?
I mean, to him, though. That's all I'm saying. To him, he felt that way.
See, if you look back at I think just like what Tina said, that particular situation, it wasn't just the joke, right? It was, they have history. So it's like when somebody keep talking about you and talking about you and talking about you, you let shit slide. Because Will Smith is a calm person. I've never seen Will outside of his movies. He's never really like that in real life. So that him acting like that was out of his normal character, right?
We all was surprised when he acted that way, because that ain't even him.
again, and it wasn't just the jokes about them and their marriage. It was their children as well. Chris Rock has also been reported saying, why does Will Smith kids get all these opportunities? He's not getting opportunities. He got to fight for things against Will. Now he has to fight for things against Will kids. Like he said it, Will, don't you have enough? So he's been going at them for a while. So at some point, even outside of just Chris, people snap. Yes, you can take a joke at some point. They did a whole red table talk about the entanglement. So Will was not against speaking about that publicly. It wasn't just that. At some point, people snap. It's only gonna be, but for so long, you're gonna let somebody joke on you and you take that shit on the chin, pun intended.
Well, Will Smith may not have been embarrassed, and he may be okay with the red table talk about the entanglement. But I don't think he didn't think. I don't think he thought the reaction that was going to come and the backlash that came behind it was going to happen.
He probably didn't even care at that point. When you are ready to go defend
he
your spouse,
did care. When you crying on camera, you care.
But that's
well, he's kind of acting. I mean, he might make himself cry on demand and some shit.
To him to punch him. He's not thinking about that. He's snapping.
I got one question.
Did you hear his? Hold on. Did you hear his speech?
You will psychiatrist or something? You know what's going on in his head? What the fuck?
Right?
His speech alone, you could tell it wasn't even about Chris. He said, when you got to stay quiet and smile and this and the third, that was built up stuff. So it had nothing to do with Chris. I don't even care if Chris was talking about him and got on him and this and the third. That was way deeper than Chris.
I agree.
Here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. Because Beck, you said, Chris talking about him more than everybody has been talking about him.
Yeah,
they put their business out there. It's not like they're trying to be private and then people talking about them. They willingly put their business.
You mean she willingly put it out there?
and Mark, to your point,
it really was
to you and Merv's point, everybody, male and female, clowned Will. They got a meme out with that look on his face when he was at that red table.
Absolutely.
Right? Mm-hmm. And my thing is, this is why I am dying to know why. When I mentioned August Alsina, you have women out there that they the hair raised on the back of their head. Like, why we can't talk about that when this dude was out there looking like a whole goofy because of the situation? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's a fair comparison, but it's unfortunate that two of our best, one of the best comedians, one of the best actors.
Okay, Jamal.
It's just bad. This situation.
Even Denzel's comment to him, it wasn't. People took it as Chris being the devil. That's not what Denzel meant. It was not about Chris being the devil. When you at your highest moment and the devil steps in, that's what it's about. Not necessarily Chris being the devil, but certain situations. And you allow this situation, the devil presented himself in a certain situation, and you allowed it to get underneath your skin at the most important, honorable time of your life. And now that is what's going to be remembered. That ruined a lot of people's night. That ruined that moment. That ruined that award.
I like the fact that Mo disagrees with his brother. I love it. Thanks, Mo.
Yo, hey Mo going. He's going to the show when he get here in Philly.
Your brother tripping right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, man.
And now they're gonna be on the red table talking about it. Will talking about he's gonna say his side. We know your side, bro.
Yeah,
we don't know Chris' side.
Did y'all know that? Now we're back to the red table.
Right.
Fuck out of here, man.
You know
he declined to do all these other interviews because he's going to do the interview on a red table talk. Like, I'm at this point, like, you know, everybody already gets a real they feel when they see Will cry, and so do I, but not this time.
I don't.
Not this time. Not at all. So if he get on there and start crying again, I'm not even beat for his crocodile tears.
Look, he an actor. He can make himself cry. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But even outside of Will, now let's talk about Chris, right? Because that was a humiliating situation for him, right? He was really up there just telling his jokes, saying whatever he got to say, just trying to make the situation funny, and really got the shit slapped out of him in front of millions of people, and had to compose himself and still go on with the show and still give you awards. And you could tell in his face that he was like, yo, what the hell just happened? And you could tell he's from Brooklyn now. Chris is from Brooklyn.
I've been talking shit.
You could just see he wanted to talking shit. He wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, Will thought he was.
But he remembered that he was at the Oscars, and I can't do this right now. But I guarantee you, if that happened anywhere else, we would have heard Chris Rock and Will Smith fighting at the Oscars backstage.
Hey, let me say something.
Chris know what money he got and what he got to lose. That's what that is.
Because I do want to go and talk about from Chris angle. Mm-hmm. My Georgetown niggas that's watching this shit right now, them niggas wouldn't make it in town. Will Smith wouldn't make it in town. Because all the fuck we do is look for reasons to joke and clown your fucking ass, and everything is up for grabs. Your mama, your daddy, your grandma, everything is up for grabs in town.
Facts. That's how we do at home.
Yeah, I mean,
niggas would not make it in town. Niggas be wanting to fight every motherfucking day in town. You gotta get your fucking jokes up. Before I go home, I'm thinking about who the fuck gonna say something, and I'm trying to have at least one joke for every motherfucker in town that's probably gonna fucking say something. That's fucking crazy as jokes.
Oh yeah,
I already feel like somebody going to say it. Somebody famous is going to do a joke on it and say, "Will, now come slap me."
No,
but that's going to be clout chasing at that point.
It don't even matter. Come slap me.
I ain't slapping no clout chasers. You know what I mean? Get out of here, boy.
But you're going to slap somebody who just didn't know about the situation.
That's a clout chaser.
That's a coward. That's a coward.
That's a coward. I mean, from the beginning.
What Corey Holcomb said about the situation? He was extremely out of pocket.
What do you say?
I was going to name him too, Becca, because that nigga, his mouth is ruthless.
What he said was wow. He said, "This is what you get when you let a bald-headed bitch, a whore."
Oh, Corey Holcomb. Yeah, he nuts. Corey Holcomb don't give a shit and never will. Like Corey Holcomb, that's a bull. Like if he started talking about you really gotta go see him.
That man make jokes about being a pedophile. Yeah. So of course he was gonna go hard on the page.
Corey Holcomb, he's
applies. Because everybody.
I mean, I posted that in the group too.
Everybody was saying, "Will, we need a man like Will to protect us. We need a man like Will to protect us." A lot of females saying that shit. I want my nigga to protect me the same way Will protected Jada. Ply said, "I ain't protecting nobody if I ain't the only one fucking him."
Hell yeah! Ain't no love.
Ply said, "I ain't protecting nobody if I ain't the only one fucking."
I'm not letting everything that my man built. I'm not letting him destroy that. Baby, we'll get him later. Where you going? Yeah. I would have grabbed him. Where you going?
You see? No, wait a minute. Hold, wait a minute. Now Tina made a great point right there because man, over these past couple of days, I've talked to women who are married, right? And they was just like, ain't no way I'm letting my man go on stage and do that. We trying to win this Oscar, you know what I mean? Right. So we trying to get to a bigger bag. Ain't no way I'm trying to let her do that. But the only reason Jada did that because she wants to be a city girl immortal. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Cut it out, Jada.
Agreed.
And Stacks was about to say something. What you about to say, Stacks?
Forgot.
Right after I said, Clyde said that he ain't protecting nobody.
I know what I was gonna say. And you probably got people out there that's gonna be trying to cancel Clyde. Because it was what I know about Ply, that was a joke, but Ply's probably ain't joking. Based on the way Ply, Ply be like, I can't let it out, man. You know what I mean?
I agree with Ply. Plies, I agree with you. Hey, listen, Plies, you can come to the guys anytime you want if they try to cancel you. We're with you.
I want to play something for y'all. I need y'all to
defense, man.
Yeah. So Jada gonna keep doing her while only one of her dudes that's in her is protecting her.
Hey, Becca.
Yeah.
So, hey, hold on.
City girls up.
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
That's a city girl up moment.
Hold on real quick. So, Becca, after you play that, this is what I want us to talk about. I want to talk about the angle from Chris. Like, if you were Chris, because we only talked about if I was Will or somebody was Will. So when Becca played it, I want to talk about what if you were Chris? What would you have done? How would you handle that? And the ladies, I wanted to talk more about if you know your significant other is about to get up and escalate the situation. After Becca played this, those are two things I want to talk about.
All right. I want y'all to hear this. Hold on.
Every man who allows an evil, cankerous whore to be in their presence at age 45 and older, if you allow an evil, wicked, who son's friend to accompany you on your shoulder in public, you ain't gonna get nothing but drama.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
He called her a bald-headed.
Damn.
He said bald-headed, evil, cankerous, bald-headed whore who smashes her son's friends will bring you nothing but trouble.
Where's the lie? Where is the lie in that?
Before we talk about Chris, she ain't really fuck her son's friend though, did she?
Yes,
that would be August.
Talking about.
That'll be August.
Alsina was friends.
They were friends. Oh
yeah.
Shit. Okay,
they were friends, and he came to live with them through her son.
Shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hey, Murr, but people been telling me all week, hey man, I don't know why you bringing that up, but okay.
I did not.
Yeah. Listen, so the backstory is that August Alsina has a lot of health issues.
He does, and mental issues.
Yes, Jada and August were friends, so that's how they got introduced. There was a point in time where August needed a lot of help in regards to his health, and Jada befriended him. So he came into the home and stood there for a little bit while he was trying to get himself healthy again, because he was really bad, like he was almost dying. During this time,
and sex healed him.
It was reported that Will knew about this. Of course, the man is in his house. He also was not worried about how cool they were, because at that point, August was on his deathbed and needed some help. Now, fast forward, it ends up that they've been entangled and they got over it years ago. And the only reason why I got brought back up is because August was mentioning it when he was talking about his album that was coming out at the time.
You know what I'm saying?
So
okay, I did.
That's why my cousin got that face right now. So you mean to tell me you in my house fucking my wife and I shouldn't have chin checked you?
And you leaked it.
And if it's so old, why was Will still crying behind it?
I ain't supposed to talk about none of that shit though. Apparently, to motherfuckers on Facebook.
Man,
that portion is supposed to be irrelevant.
When a man in love with a woman and the woman do some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Yo, he's gonna go through a whole bunch of emotions over that shit.
This is why, and this might be a whole nother pod. This is why who you end up with, whether y'all are married or just in a long relationship or live together, who you connect with is very, very, very important. Your spouse could have you out here looking crazy, and we have all discussed since that Red Table Talk started years ago that it just gave Jada a big ass microphone to say some wild shit. Before that Red Table Talk, we did not know much about their marriage or their children or anything like that. Now all of a sudden we know that Willow will put anything in her vagina to get some kind of stimulation. The mother was in and out of drugs. Jada said that she was never really satisfied sexually by Will Smith for a plenty of time. We never knew that they were separated. That's when the August Alsina situation happened. Now all of a sudden we know too much about them. And what happens is when you're trying to be transparent and tell your business thinking that you're helping other people, you give them the ammo to shoot you with. And that's what's happening now. Now we know too much about them, and now we can start those jokes. Well, that's why your man, that's why Jada ain't never really liked you. She been in love with Tupac. The only reason why you here is because Tupac is dead.
And Becca, I will tell you, that's why, based on everything you said, that's why I'm wondering. Somebody said, well, at the end of the day, everybody need to mind their business. Motherfucker, how? What? This is fucking how?
They
how
keep
the
putting
fuck
that
are we
business
supposed
out
to do
there.
that? How?
We trying to mind our business.
And I still be hearing shit. I don't follow them.
Look here. Unless you turn it off your TV, you throw away your phone, you're going to hear about that shit. I'm sorry, America. People that are done talking about it.
How do you stay with somebody? How do you stay with somebody and tell the world that they didn't please you sexually? Like,
because his goofy ass is in love with her and been in love with her probably since they met.
3 fucking days ago, and people are talking about, oh, I don't know why people still talking about it. It's a trending fucking topic. You got one of the best comedians of all time, one of the best actors of all time. How the fuck could we not talk about shit? Can we talk
about Chris though? Can we talk about it from a Chris aspect?
Yes, we can. Let's go.
Go ahead.
Like, you know how much restraint and poise and composure that took. I'm wondering how many people are saying, like,
yeah, he cracked the joke right after.
Was Chris Rock considered weak at that point? Was he considered less than a man? No. I'm just wondering what people may be thinking.
Or maybe Chris isn't a violent man. You know what I mean? Maybe that ain't really his thing.
I don't think it was a weak moment for him, but I can guarantee you the way society is set up, I can guarantee you the vast majority, especially people from our community, will say he was weak.
The fact that he cracked the joke right after, I didn't look at him as weak.
I looked
at him as he got a lot of restraint because it couldn't have been me.
One thing I will say is that because he cracked that joke right after, he was quick on his feet. He had to snap right back into it. He didn't even get a chance to react until after the fact.
He could have walked off stage.
He could have punched Will back.
He was low key. I think he was low key seeing if they were going to cut away and go to a commercial, but they didn't. So he could. I don't know if anybody caught that, but real quick,
I caught that.
Picked it up and then he just kept going because he kind of looked to the side like y'all ain't gonna cut it, and he just kept going.
He looks shocked and stunned, like, what the hell just happened? But okay, I'm on TV. I'm on the Oscars. I gotta continue. Okay, we're gonna give an award for this, and let's just go to the nominees. And you could tell he was befuddled. Like, what the hell just happened?
Could have been. He just got slapped on national TV from doing his craft. That's
out there. That's out there forever.
He was doing his craft. He was doing his craft. Okay. He got slapped for doing his craft. You know what I'm saying? That's almost.
But let me ask y'all a question though. Do you think even with comedians getting a little bit more leeway to say certain jokes because of their profession, do you think that at any point there is still a limit? Like some
depends on the person.
Like some shit you just can't say. Like some shit not
okay.
Well, actually, now Becca, in today's time. These comedians barely say anything offensive. To be honest with you, them motherfuckers stay away from it. You go back and listen to Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, and shit back then. Like today's motherfuckers scared to say shit. Like goddamn, Kevin Hart apologized for something he said on Twitter 6 years ago.
But the thing is,
fucking overly fucking sensitive. It fucking irks me to fucking.
But the thing is, you'll get canceled if you talk about certain people. Like, you know what I mean? That's facts. That's why Kevin Hart had to go and apologize. You know what I'm saying? You know, it didn't matter if it was 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He went and apologized too.
Merv, that's why, Mark, that's why I hate the fact that it seems as though the dynamic of being a comedian is changing, because this is only something that just started happening. It happened with Dave Chappelle, like Sharika said.
He tried.
It happened with Chris Rock. And the thing is, a lot of people are supporting this. Like, yeah, there should be some things that's off limit. But like I always say about the beautiful thing about the closer is I think that by Dave Chappelle making jokes about the LGBT community, I thought that was a show of inclusion. That's my take on it. I just don't think that I just don't like the precedents that this sets. I just don't like it going forward.
So let me ask y'all this.
The only reason people feel bad for Will is because he was crying. Yeah. When he cried, he's known for them tears. It just make people weak and feel sorry for him.
So let me ask y'all this, all right?
Well, he's going through shit. I understand why people feel sorry for him.
let me ask y'all this. Let's switch professions, right? Let's say it's a singer, is an R&B singer that's known for like, I mean, and he got sexual songs, and he starts pointing at somebody's wife and starts singing one of his songs that's talking about, yo, can we fuck tonight? That the song is a sexual song.
I'm quite sure this has happened before. Huh? I said I'm quite sure this has happened before. It's some R&B show.
Does the husband have the right to go on stage and slap this motherfucker for singing to his wife, using words like, "Can we fuck tonight? You coming home with me tonight?"
Man, I was like, it depends on how that man feels. Like,
would not have let that fly.
That's disrespectful, though, man. That's like that. That's like
Blake. He's singing the song, though. I'm saying either R&B singer.
Man, shoot, she's probably singing the same song. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like, I mean, you cannot tell people how to react. You know how much shit I done said, and I thought it was minor, and somebody thought it was major. Like, yo, I can't tell that person how to react. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, yo, Mark, when I see you ball, it's gonna be a problem. Based on what I said,
okay, you know, Mark, you are right. You cannot tell somebody how to react. You can't tell somebody how to react.
For their craft. I'm talking about right now, that none of that's your craft, Mark. It's gonna be considered talking shit. That's why I brought up somebody, an R&B singer, singing to somebody's wife, serenading them.
Okay.
Does the husband have the right to get him a slap? That's his craft. We talking about comedians. That's their craft.
Now I'm gonna say
in the street,
you
Mark.
can't tell.
Different. You're in the streets. You don't. That's not your craft.
All right. I get what you say. I get what you're saying, but
you can't. Mark, you're right. Mark, you're right. You can't tell somebody how to react. But when you hold a certain caliber and you're in a certain position, like okay, Stacks was in the service, right? He holds a certain position. As much as he probably wanted to, and he tells that story all the time, how he wanted to go off, but he couldn't. He didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean,
and yes, we're all human, and nobody's perfect. This and the third. But if you saw a judge do that or the president do that, come on.
But I think here's where it gets a little tricky. You know, at least not for me, but I mean, I can see it getting that way for other people. It's just like, yo, that's my wife he talking about, you know what I mean? And I'm goofily in love with this woman, and I'll do whatever she say. Yo, you might react like Will Smith react. Hey, man, listen.
Yes,
I'm not saying I would do it, but I can understand why he did.
Power in the marriage, in certain situations, the wife has power and the husband has power.
We still dismiss. Hold on, we still dismissing the fact that Will Smith was laughing. Then he did a laugh clap, and then you could. We didn't see it, but you could assume that he got the look.
Then he got the look.
Looked at Jada's face. It was still a whole pause because Chris was about to go into something totally different.
Yeah.
And he got up and then he walked up there. There was a smirk on his face when he was walking up there. And even when he said the first time, keep my wife's name out your mouth, there was still a smirk on his face.
Kyle better not ever go to a comedy show and sit in the front row.
Yeah. I mean,
this nigga wild.
Nah, that was Becca. We know about nervous laughter. He thought the joke was funny from the rip. That was a delay. That was a delay for him, how he reacted.
But once he saw Jada's face as a husband, a certain switch goes off.
But you laughed. So how protective and how genuine are you when you thought the joke was funny and you know what your wife was going through?
But the wife ain't think it was funny. That's why he had to do it.
So but he knew. So come on. You wouldn't be mad at your husband if he knew you had a medical condition and somebody cracked the joke and he over there laughing?
But if he went and go punch him in the face afterwards, I'd have sat there just like Jada.
No, because I'd still be mad that you was laughing from the door. So it took me to make a look on my face for you to get up and go defend me.
No, it wasn't that. But this is why backstories matter, because Will Smith just put out a book. In the book, he talked about throughout his life, he never really stood up and defended and protected like he should. He talks about watching his father physically abuse his mother and not being able to do anything because he was too young and too afraid. He talks about as he got older that he was so busy working and trying to financially provide for Jada and the children that he misstepped as a husband. So So the fact that he has not, and people think that he's pussy. So a lot of the fact that people think this plays a lot into why now he's doing what he might have not done in the past, and it's looking very different for him. He sat and was chilling all these years, but now he's feeling it different. And yes, playing this part, a father who was very stern in protecting his two daughters, who end up being renowned athletes and the best at what they do, put certain things into perspective for him. So now he said, just like
Will was still in character. Honestly, that's what I think he was still in character from that movie.
From King Richard.
Yeah.
You know what? I can see that happened in two
I can
parts.
see that.
I can see that. You know, but you know what else? You know what else?
I fucking can't.
No,
No, because what I mean by that, still in character, is they say a lot of actors, they get real deep rooted into the character that they play to the point where they can't. They can't. What's that movie that we watched, Stacks, with the dude that had to go get therapy in the Black Panther movie?
Yeah.
No, but this is true.
That Black Panther movie where they killed the young
Judas in the Black
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
No, but this is true though, because Omar from The Wire, he had to go into therapy after being Omar from The Wire. Like, you know,
Will stood up there and said, after playing in King Richard, I felt like I had to protect. I felt like I had to. And if you watch the movie, he was protective, overprotective of his daughters like that in the movie, like aggressively overprotective.
Even Joseph Sikora, who plays Tommy, he goes to therapy because he says if you ever seen Joseph in an interview, you see he is totally different than Tommy. He says, I am not Tommy. I'm nothing like Tommy. And therapy is needed because I will go home to my wife and think I'm Tommy. So yeah, it is. Yeah. They call method actors. They get into character, and there's been times where people have lived their life as that character for the duration of the filming, which can take months.
They also say that's why the Dark Knight committed suicide.
Yep. Even Lady Gaga said the same thing. She stayed in character. So that way she engulfed herself in her character. So it is very possible.
That's possible. I'm not defending him, but that I can see that. I can see that.
No, but something you said.
Hold on, Stack. Hold on, because I'm about to say some contradictory shit. Yeah, I can see that. But you know what else? You know what else I kind of saw? I kind of saw that Will sized Chris Rock up and felt like I could pull this shit off with this nigga.
Yes.
The fucking comedians said that same.
That's true.
I feel that fucking response that be a little fucking
would not have been the same energy. Believe that. And Becca, I caught something you said earlier. You said in all this shit in his book, and you said that people, I guess, generally thought he was pussy or whatever. So is he doing it for people or he did it for his wife?
A little bit of both. The two things can exist.
Why? I don't care.
At the same time, he could feel like, okay, I need to start protecting my wife, and I need people to see me protecting my wife. For her.
Well, he did it over something dumb because he looked like a complete fool.
Both can
exist. I got you. I got you.
And he chose that moment to do that. The most important moment, other people's moments that represented that movie. You chose that.
I'm gonna say like this. Do you know what? Before we move to something else, the one guy that I really feel terrible for out of everybody is the boy Will Packer, who produced the Oscar show. He ain't never gonna get that look again. That will never happen. Ever.
This was a black produced fucking Oscar.
Like, boy, you back to the Source Awards.
Happened on a black produced Oscar. That shit, that's one of the struggles was really irking me.
And three women.
Niggas like a lot of niggas prefer violence and chaos and shit instead of all of the shit that should have happened that night as far as black excellence. Questlove got an Oscar if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people probably don't fucking know that.
Samuel Jackson got a fucking Oscar.
Right.
This was a black moment in history, and Will destroyed it.
Hey, Stacks.
Nobody's talking about Will Packer and all the other great shit that happened that night.
Hey, Stacks, the Eagles team owner got an Oscar too. Okay, I just wanted to throw that out.
I know that, Mark, but
okay, all right. I just wanted to know that.
But all of that is lost. All of that is lost with the bullshit that went down.
Yeah, you're right.
Behind weakness.
You know, you're right.
Kyle, I don't give a fuck who what. I don't give a fuck who.
Wait, hold up. Hey, Becca, I need you to fact check that because I heard that rate was up 56%. I don't know what the fuck Kyle talking about. Maybe I heard wrong. I heard ratings.
Kyle, we get it. You strongly believe
it went
that
back
Will was right.
Fact check that.
First of all, I don't even know. Let me address Kyle real quick because this man is not. He tries to avoid confrontation. He don't play. So why are you okay with this when you know that you can walk? When you know that you don't tolerate stuff like that, you don't even waste your time on people like that. So why are you okay with all this?
All right, let me I went to go fact check and let me share this with y'all.
Yeah,
so
because I heard it was up 56% from being watched.
Can y'all see that?
Nope, but go ahead, read it to us.
Just read it.
Okay. It says update. The 2022 Oscars drew 16.6 million viewers on Sunday, up 58% from last year's record low audience of 10.5 million. According to Nielsen data, the 94th Academy averaged 3.8 rating, which is 73% more than 2021's telecast.
Okay. All right. So I did hit the right percentage. So the Oscars was on its way going down, and Will Packer brought it up 56%. That's still
this year was 58% more viewers than last year.
So Kyle, I know what you're trying to do, but that's still a fucking big ass accomplishment. Because before now, you know, the reason why the ratings going down because it was fucking whitewash and black people got tired of watching this shit and seeing the whitewashness of it. So,
man, we were still watching. Shit, I didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of people wasn't watching it. So
I watched something else actually.
They had a black producer, and it's up 56% from last year. God, that's still a fucking accomplishment.
I think people turn to that shit after the slap, to be perfectly honest with you, man.
Well, hopefully Will Packer, you know what I'm saying, can still do his thing, you know what I'm saying?
I think
they can say, yo, like, besides the slap, you know what I mean, it was a good show. Hopefully they show mercy on him or whatever.
Yeah, they had three women hosts. Two of them happened to be black.
Yeah.
There was this was actually Will Smith's first Oscar. This was also Samuel Jackson's first Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't even know Samuel Jackson got an Oscar.
I mean, it's a whole bunch of shit that wasn't known, you know, after the damn slap.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem with people thinking that this is like, oh my God, he defended his wife. He shouldn't be. Nothing should happen to him. No, Will fucked up the Oscars. No. Let's just call it what it is. You can champion him for defending his wife all you want, but he essentially fucked up the Oscars.
He did.
I'm gonna say like this. I mean, this one thing when I talked to my brother, you know what I mean, he said he's just like, yo, Will really need to lay low. This ain't the moment, you know what I mean, to be going on TV and telling your side of the story and all that goofy shit. Just lay low.
How you gonna do that? He going to
what side? First of all, what side do you got to tell? We only know his side.
He's not deciding that. His wife already said his ass about to be at the red table with her.
But I'm telling you, it's not a good idea, and it's gonna backfire on him. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good idea.
One or two things should happen. Either he do it now so he can just do it and get it over with and then disappear, or he wait a little bit and then come back and say something. But either way, I do agree that Will needs to take a break. I think he's going through a lot. He is definitely feeling the brunt of everything that's been happening between his wife and that damn red table. They need to burn that shit. I think all of the Smiths, even Sheree, even his ex-wife, because she's a little too damn much for me. She too jipper for me. She's got a picture with him holding his Oscar, smiling on his face. Bitch, it couldn't be me. I'm sorry.
Jade ain't burning the city girl holy grail. Like, she ain't doing that.
Merv, look at this nigga Tazon. Now he's not. See, y'all feeling niggas be wilding. Now you downplaying the fucking. Now you're downplaying the fucking Oscars. Really? dressed up prom award show. All that we doing? Fuck out of here. This Oscars with all black motherfuckers, black excellence, dressed up prom. Y'all Philly niggas is grimy sometime, man.
Yo, yeah, see, y'all mean, hey, what? Don't just throw my city in it. Y'all mean, if you got an issue with Tayson, just talk to Tayson. You don't got to talk about. I
got an issue with you biased ass Philly niggas on this topic. It ain't just Tayson.
Hey, listen. What I think about sports with you don't count. All right, you know what I mean?
Wait a minute. So then that go for Will too. That go for Will too. If Will had an issue with all these things, he shouldn't have took it out on one person.
Yeah. But okay, so here's my other thing, right? Here's my other thing. I don't have a problem with Will defending Jada. I got a problem with when and how he did it. All right. So Michael Jordan, there's been countless stories about Michael Jordan and other sports people. All right. You know what a lot of times Michael Jordan did? That motherfucker waited till the game was over. He ain't really get no fights on the court. But you know how many times that nigga went and checked the motherfucker in the locker room? Like, why you couldn't wait till the fucking show was over and then go check Chris Rock ass?
Because Jada wouldn't allow it.
And if, like Becca said, like, I guess Chris has been coming for the Smiths for a while. At what point was Will going to actually pull him to the side and say something?
They may have, and Chris ignored it. See,
I doubt that. See, that don't even sound right.
Chris might have thought bullshit.
So you think Will spoke to Chris and Chris was like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna still say what I need to say."
Hey, some people be like that too.
He might have taken a stance that it's just comedy, bro.
If that was the case, Chris would have slapped his ass back that night.
But let me ask you a question.
No, Chris might have been thinking about the bag like he should.
So when you're in that moment, have any of y'all ever snapped before? Like, ever just hit your rocker and just like, fuck it, balls to the walls, I'm just reacting?
I had to, but you know how quick that reaction is? Will's reaction was so delayed, it's questionable.
Wait a minute, snap like over a chick or something?
No,
never.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've want to kill motherfuckers before, but you know what? You get 25 to life for killing motherfuckers.
Allegedly.
I think of consequences. That's what the fuck I do. And secondly, I don't give a fuck if any dude. The only person that matters is if anybody think I'm a pussy, I don't care unless it's my wife. That's another thing. That's the problem. Like, you got too many dudes out there that why I'm worried about if another man think I'm a pussy. Fuck that other man. My wife is the only one that matters. And my wife would have said, you know what, honey, he disrespect me, but you know, let's be great. Let me pull you. Go ahead, have a seat. Whoop his ass in the parking lot or some shit like that. But we're not going to take away from this moment.
Right, in the fucking parking lot. Or like, hey, when you win this,
everybody probably had a moment where they snapped.
So was it?
Yeah, but that Will wasn't snapping because it took too long. Will's reaction took too long. That's not snapping. As soon as Chris said, Jada Pickett, I love you, G.I. Jane, see you, blah, 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 blah. A snap is Will automatically getting up. It's not.
He probably was like,
and then walk up stage. That's not a snap. That wasn't a snap.
Shit.
It was too much thought into that. And then you go back to your seat. You still had time to walk back to your seat, sit down, and say, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
Kyle,
that was off of Jada. That was off of Jada.
Kyle said something to Stacks just now. Put that back up.
And that's fine. That's fucking fine. I mean, that's fine.
So what he's trying to ask you, what he's trying to say is, Will responded because his wife thought he was pussy, and that's why he went. That's what I think. That's what Kyle is trying to say. Because you said you don't give a fuck what these niggas think as long as your wife don't think. You only care what your wife think. So Kyle is trying to ask. I think that's what he's trying to say. Well, just like you said, his wife. So
I'm like, but
man, that's why Will got up there and said, "Love make you do some crazy things. Your wife made you look real stupid."
Yeah, but she's been doing that.
Fucking is right there.
She's been doing
that back up.
That shit back up there that Tarika just said.
Him look stupid for years.
And the thing is, if you talk to niggas in 2020 about consequences, why you ain't act a fool and things of that nature, they will think that you pussy. But niggas don't matter to me. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, but I will think about the consequences and what's going to happen. Okay, I might get my shit off. I might slap this motherfucker. And everybody gonna see that I'm not a pussy. But what are the ramifications of that? And y'all see them right now. They're having a meeting, figuring whether. I mean, I don't think they should take his Oscar. I don't think that's even going to happen. But there's conversations about what's going to happen to him behind this shit.
They're not playing with it.
But I'm gonna say like this: it's bigger conversations that we probably don't even know about what projects he was up for that they taken away as
right.
You know what I mean?
That's
what's probably happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the stuff I'll be worried about.
And there's gonna be other awards where they cannot have something physical like this ever happen again. So there's gonna be different movements and different security put into place. Like Will has opened up a big can of worms.
I don't think nobody said that.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle. Wait a minute. Watch this.
Yeah,
hey, Kyle. Wait a minute.
You got money.
Wait a minute. Hold up. You know what I mean? We already know. You know what I mean? Will made his money's worth $400 million. We got that, right? But Kyle, guess what though? Here's the thing. You know what I mean? What people need to understand. You know what I'm saying? Is that if you start seeing movies and you be like, Will would have been good for that role, and it's Michael B. Jordan. You know that role was Will's first. that I know for sure. Michael B in the crib, like
sponsorship, all that stuff gets taken away. Sponsorship, everything.
I have a question for Kyle, because he's a business owner. He owns a barbecue restaurant, correct?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I would ask Kyle this: if a customer comes in and said your fucking food is trash, and he said your fucking food is trash, they start flipping fucking tables over and shit like that. Are you going to engage? Based on what you're saying, you probably will, and your ass is going to get sued.
Right.
I'm just talking about in the moment, thinking before acting. I wasn't always like that. When I was young, I flopped the handle when I was in my 20s and shit like that. But there's consequences.
I'm like that. I didn't care about consequences. Exactly. I didn't care about consequences in my 20s.
You know what, man? You know what, Kyle? You know what, nigga?
No, come on, Kyle. Right now, it sounds like you fucking capping. You talking all night about why Will should have did this. He should have goddamn defended, slap his ass, blah, blah, blah. Yep. And now you talking about people.
Merv, that shit sounded good. That nigga ain't want to fuck up his money. He did not want to. Believe you me. Kyle did not want to fuck up his money.
That's not me.
Hey, I'm gonna say like this. Look.
So you living vicariously through Will right now.
That's what y'all draw from that.
My nigga.
That ain't Will either, though. That's not Will either, though.
Y'all terrible. Exactly, my nigga. You act like Will some fucking gangs. That's not Tupac. Tupac is not walking through them doors. Okay?
Tupac is not walking. You know what I mean? Hey, Kyle, like, yo, if I have 400 million, boy, I'm slapping everybody. I feel you.
Hold on. I'm glad you
I have 400 million. I'm just slapping people for the hell of it.
No. Keep that comment up there. I'm not at Will's level. If I'm not at Will's level, that would probably give me more leeway to fuck some shit up. Based on the comments you made, it seemed like you're ready to go to war. There's some shit go down. Now you're not at his level and you're backing down.
He's talking about that's not him. You know what? I'm not responding to your comments the rest of the fucking night.
Look, I like, man, listen. I mean, in your 20s, when you a young boy, you gonna snap. You gonna snap.
You guys see that? Shout out to Will for protecting another man's woman.
That's not good. That's not good.
Okay, I mean,
he's been on here a couple of times already.
Man, listen. I mean, look, man, when you're a young boy, you gonna snap. I mean, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? So what?
But I will tell you this though.
That nigga 50. We be young.
Yeah, he's doing a comedy show tonight, and in the comedy show tonight, he said that he wasn't going to address it. He'll address it some other time.
And you know when that other time is? When he come to Philly. That's exactly when he's going to address it. He's going to pull a Drake move in Philly. You know what I mean? I'm trying to trust me. This has happened before. So I know what he's going to do. But
I'll tell you this though. I will tell you this. I think this is going to work against Will and for Chris. I can see now somebody thinking of a movie, and the first person when they want a black male lead, the first person they're going to find is Chris.
I think, and that, you know what? I didn't even think about that, but now you brought up Chris, I think they're gonna have Chris host a lot more shit. Cause black or white, there's a lot of niggas that would have reacted totally fucking different. You know how much poise that nigga showed?
The fact that he showed professionalism in a intense situation.
Probably because Chris Rock's like 60 years old. He's not a young bull no more. Like,
neither is Will. What are you talking about?
They're only 2 years apart.
I'm just saying, yo, look. If Chris Rock was a young bull, he'd have hit him back. You know what I'm saying? But he not. You know
and Will looks stupid for trying to act like a young bull.
Yeah, this is true. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we're not disagreeing with that.
Just to go back to what Mar was talking about, thinking about this from Chris' perspective, again, Chris has also said that he is socially awkward and he has trouble sometimes in social settings knowing how to read the room. Chris has said this openly, and during the pandemic he learned that he has some of these social issues. So a lot of, and it's something that Jamal had put up earlier, that Chris's fight or flight is to freeze up. And if you see that after Will smacked him, he froze up a little bit.
But he came back.
His knee-jerk reaction wasn't just to respond. He stopped for a minute and realized. And if you watch a video of him, you can see Chris talking to himself.
I also heard something today too. They said that Chris Rock had a traumatic childhood experience that has made him scared of confrontation. I found that out today. That Chris Rock had a traumatic childhood situation that has made him afraid of confrontation. So
I think he was getting jumped or something happened, and it could have gone real bad, but he ended up coming out of it. And he does have some, and if you notice Chris Rock, you can see that he's kind of a little awkward sometimes in responses and things like that. So you could just tell that he was genuinely shocked and stunned. Like, he might have, his reaction might have been to just freeze and not automatically respond, because could you imagine if he did? Will Smith and Chris Rock would have been thumping on an Oscar stage.
No, because
did you imagine that?
But Chris Rock ain't that type. That's why I said, Will had his moment, but I still feel Will size Chris Rock up, and Will
knew who to slap and who not to slap.
Rolling up on Earthquake. He's not rolling up on Dave
Tony Rock was not having
it. Bernie Mac was still alive. He's not rolling up on Bernie.
You saw what's the name saying too? Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley said it couldn't have been him.
He's not rolling up on certain niggas.
Yeah.
But
it's just so crazy that it actually now that it's been a couple days, it's still shocking. Like, yo, Will Smith really smacked the shit out of Chris Rock on live
national TV
on the Oscar stage.
I'm with Chris Rock brother. I'm with Chris Rock brother. He let him know this ain't over. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, if that was my brother, that's my exact response. I don't give a fuck when I see you, yummy, for it's happening right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
Did Tony Rock respond?
Yeah, he did.
Mark,
he said this ain't over.
Mark, I'm the same way with my younger
brother.
With my younger brother, yo, Mark, with my younger brother, I don't give a fuck if my brother get in a fight and I'm around as a 1-on-1, nigga, you getting jumped. That's just what it is. I'm sorry, you getting fucking jumped. You're not gonna get failed.
That's one thing. That's one thing
that's just how that shit will go.
That's one thing I would say. That's one thing I would say. Like,
imagine if Tony was there and ran up on stage after Will did that. Yo.
But look, but Tony with the shits though. He with the shits though. You know what I'm saying? That's different.
Hey,
Chris ain't.
Best believe you remember when Denver Center got in that shit, and for the next 3 weeks his brothers went to every fucking game.
Yeah,
after that.
Absolutely.
Best believe Tony.
We with the shits. Now on,
Tony's probably gonna be in a fucking audience going forward.
I'm gonna say like this, and sometimes like. For me, I have a brother, whose personality is totally different than mine. It's real calm, real cool, real collective. Y'all know that.
Really?
But what I'm saying is, but one thing you can't play is about family. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to really test this breaking point, is family. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to tell you, it'll be way worse than what I might do to you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Some people just can't function like that. When you talking about your little brother, like, okay, yeah, I'm calm, but it's my little brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gonna catch it. You catching it.
Y'all know that. Hey, Mark, that's on site. My little brother, that's on site. It's on fucking site.
Hey, but hold up. Besides it just being family, here's the other thing, right? Because I got some hood niggas in my family, and I got some calm, nice niggas in my family. I'm gonna react different if somebody is getting into it, one of my family members that don't bother nobody. Like they're not a fighter. They're not that kind of type. You know what I'm saying? But I might not be so quick like, oh, that nigga in the streets. He good. He can hold himself down. And for what it sounds like, Chris is one of the types. He don't confront. He doesn't. He's not like that. He's not a battle. He's not a fighter. Whatnot. It sounds like, I don't know Tony, but it sounds like Tony's about the shits.
Well, Rika's saying it wasn't Tony, it was Jordan, his youngest brother.
Oh, I think.
Oh, Jordan. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one under. Hold on, Trika. That's the one under Kitty.
So damn, they got 4 of them.
Damn. Well, you know what? There is a younger, because the younger brother. Damn, he might be along.
I still think Chris is processing all of this.
Yeah, he is.
But I think, I mean, Chris is also probably letting his brothers know and his family just, you're not going to do that. Like,
well,
I can
the
see
police
Chris
let him know that he can still press charges. Whenever you're ready to press charges, we here.
I don't think Chris going to do that either. I don't think he's going to end up pressing charges. I don't think so.
He's not gonna. Hey, yeah, but y'all know another thing. Somebody brought up earlier. I meant to comment on it. Hollywood is very, very fucking cliche and political, right? It's easy to get blackballed in Hollywood, no matter who the fuck you is, because it's still controlled by a majority of white people. Still control majority of it. So even though Will is good, like you said, Mark, damn, that would be a perfect role. You don't know what the white producers, directors, and movie people are saying right now.
Sharika knows every damn body, man.
People are going to get blackballed. And okay, Will is good, but he got kids that's also trying to do shit too.
And me and Merv and Sharika, we all went to school with with Kenny.
With Kenny Rock.
Kenny, I think he's 90. I think he went. We all went to school with him.
He's a 90 or 99. One of them. He's a 90 or
99. I think he's 99.
Damn. Yeah. I feel like this is just like how that Tasha K and Cardi B situation changed how YouTube, how bloggers and stuff can talk about celebrities and just say whatever and think that they can't receive any consequences. I think this is going to change the comedy game, is going to change the awards game, because even something my husband mentioned to me that I didn't think about, only because I have a television production degree, so I kind of know how it goes with live TV and cameras and staging. There really is no security right in front. There really isn't anybody in front to stop the people from going on the stage, right?
So Becca, a show like that, you wouldn't expect you need security for, because you know how much money it costs, or either you got to be this 5-star celebrity, or you got to have an ass of fucking money to get in that front seat. So you think a motherfucker's in the front seat, they're gonna act right.
And then also you got to think about the way that it looks. So the Oscars is all about optics and stuff like that. So could you imagine if there was a big ass security guard right there in front of the stage? It's just not going to look right.
Yeah,
they want it to be elegant. They want it to be fancy. So they have the front open. Also, there's COVID. So if you notice, the seating was very different than what it normally is for the Oscars. They were sitting in regular seats and kind of scattered. It wasn't like auditorium stage with a bunch of rows of people. So honestly, and that makes you think of so many other things. Like, seriously, nobody should be able to just go on stage like that and just go straight to the person on the mic.
But this also never happened before. This is the 88th.
Yeah, because it's never happened.
It has never fucking happened. And
the only thing they're going to change is the awards. But then comedians, this going to challenge comedians because there's going to be comedians that's going to be like, I wish a motherfucker would.
But I mean, comedians been dealing with hecklers and people coming on stage long before Sunday. That's not new.
But you know, like in a place like the Oscars, you would think like it ain't gonna happen. But I guess whoever the next comedian is to do the Oscars,
it's not even a comedian because they be having people on. They be having people that host the Oscars that's not comedians that still tell jokes too.
More on it, man.
And now they're gonna check
it.
And that's
very true. Saying you right though.
They're not playing like this is there's a lot of rules that will broke not only for the Oscars but for California in general.
Yeah.
So it's way more than just all right. Tell him don't do that and take his Oscar away. It's way more than that.
There's
going to be more than that.
And then it was a slap in the face to see him celebrating like he ain't just ruined shit.
But y'all hold on. There's one angle we haven't really deep dived in. We got Becca, we got Tina, we got Rika. And whatever ladies out right now, what kind of lady are y'all? All right, like, are y'all the one that will let Will go up there and slap the shit out of him, or would y'all have called y'all husband and be like, hold up?
Beck already answered, so I mean, get that shit to Tina and
Becca. You are not.
Becca already said,
as my man, as my
cousin go to jail.
As my man, my girlfriend, my wife, my husband, what you are not about to get on stage after everything you have built or we have built together and ruin it because I have alopecia. And guess what? I have alopecia. You ain't doing that.
She'd slap him herself. She'd go up there and fucking beat his ass. That's what she'd do.
I would have owned that. I would have. First of all, the fact that I even liked G.I. Jane in the movie and Demi Moore had hair down to her damn near her butt and shaved all that. I'd be in the audience like, you better know it. Finally a black one. That's what I probably would have yelled out.
Rika said hell no. Becca said hell yeah. Tina saying.
Well, let me.
Hell no, no. Do that.
You gonna have my cousin Rob in jail. You can't go back on that. I gotta bail my cousin out now.
You already know. You let that nigga fly.
Now I gotta bail my damn cousin Rob out. Thanks, Becca.
You know what's crazy? Jada probably got 10 cars and one of them are Altima. You know what I'm saying?
My answer is no. And I would have got up like I would have got up if I was Jada and said, "You better know it, a black one." Ow.
Nah, real talk though. There is something that, and women who have a man that will protect them like that, there is a certain way that they move, right? So in totality thing, no, I wouldn't want my husband to mess up the thing and just ruin it all. I wouldn't want them talking about my husband the way they're talking about Will. So no, I wouldn't want that. However, I would want, and I know for a fact, Mr. Green don't play about me. So he's going to defend me if ever I'm in that situation. He's not going to think twice. He's not going to think about consequences. He's not going to say, oh, wait, hold on. Let me not fuck up the thing. He's going to knee-jerk reaction, punch you in your face, and you better hope he don't pull a trigger. So I know my husband.
So you can let that man get life.
We didn't ask if you know your goddamn husband. I don't know why. That was irrelevant.
I let him
do that. The question was,
you can let that man get 25 to life. Damn.
That's what we talking about, yo. There's nobody questioning Rob Gangster. We're not talking about Rob Gangster right now.
Merv, you know the
wife. We asking a significant other. Would you protect your husband from himself for trying to protect you and potentially fucking it up for? Because that could have went left. Because
I would.
If Chris Rock swung back on him,
Merv, niggas don't think about shit going left, man. That's why I say consequences, man.
That shit
niggas don't care.
Whole fucking left.
Nah, it would be just like what my cousin said. Like it would be on site. There is a certain button that is pressed when you are protecting and okay, we've been joking all night. Let me just be serious for a
little but you're not answering the damn question. Stop bringing.
I'm going to answer it.
Yeah, about that button.
I would answer it.
We're talking to
there would be a part of me, honestly, that would, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. There would be a part of me, honestly, that would let him protect me. I will hope that it wouldn't end up in all of these kind of consequences. But I do know my husband, and I know myself as well. In those situations, I know that there is going to be a way I want him to protect me. It may not be right, but
so you will let him. Ultimately,
if a man is disrespecting me, and my husband wants to protect
let's not do a hypothetical. Let's you're
we talk about the same. We talk about the same exact situation.
Yo. Like she's responding, but she ain't answering. She's talking, but she ain't saying nothing right now.
Man, I have alopecia. I'm not letting my man lose everything over somebody talking about my alopecia that didn't know I had alopecia.
But you know what though? I think to be honest with you, it's going. I think most women will not.
$10,000 to get your hair follicles fixed. I don't have that kind of money, but she do. It's fixable.
It's not about alopecia. She can throw on a wig and this will all be gone.
It isn't, but it is for her. It was about alopecia. For her, it was.
The media,
I have a question.
We don't know what it's about. The media keeps saying alopecia because they're trying to defend. Right? Let's be real. Everybody trying to fucking defend Will. That's what the fuck is going on. Everybody's trying to defend Will right now because they're saying, "Oh, he's protecting the black woman." All right, and black women don't get protected enough. So
they want to defend Will because they like Will up until the other night. Like,
man, if I got a husband that would get mad over something like that, all I'm thinking is we can't go nowhere.
Okay, it ain't.
And some people you can't take nowhere. Everybody got.
You know what I always said? You know what I said today? I said most of the people that's arguing on behalf of Will over this alopecia shit are the people that don't even fucking got it.
Facts.
That don't.
I fucking got it, and that was bullshit. And mine is Jada Pinkett shit is like this. It ain't no but. That was that. It wasn't worth him losing everything that he might lose. It's not worth it.
I have a question. Follow-on question, a Merv question for the ladies. And I want other people. I want people that's listening and viewing to understand to think about this as well. Is there another way in which Will could have protected his wife in that incident that did not cause that did not involve violence?
Oh, absolutely.
Many ways.
Yeah, many ways.
Like what?
Like
I would have even been okay with him just saying, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
Yeah, there's many ways. He could have even yelled from his seat, "Yo, don't even those guys. That's not funny, man. Don't do that. Don't say that." He could have approached him backstage. There's many different ways.
I like, man. Now he could have just yelled a threat from his seat, like, "Yo, I'm gonna see you after the show, boy. Trust me."
Yeah.
Or what Becca just said, he could have just yelled, "Chris, let's not do this. Yeah. Let's not just cut it. Let's not do that."
He could have not laughed.
That part.
He could have not laughed. They could have both been straight faced, looking like, "Nah, nigga, that's not funny."
Because he thought it was funny.
He thought it was funny.
I'm just answering his question as to other ways he could have did it.
Right.
Kyle, I really don't give a fuck if that's the way he chose to do it. That's fine and dandy. But now he's facing consequences. What part do you not get that he is facing consequences? The reason I asked that question because that's how he chose to be a man. Okay, well, I mean, you know what?
What kind of fuck shit is that? So so let's say some nigga just went on the street and just shot somebody. Now he got to do time. That's how he chose to be a man.
Yo, Cal saying shit for
instead of fighting with the hands, he chose to be a man by shooting somebody.
We're ignoring that nigga rest of the show. Y'all should follow me. I told y'all to ignore that nigga rest of the show.
And I say that I honestly think there's other ways in which Will could have protected his wife. In my scenario, Merv, I know you ain't got that yet, but my wife would have pulled me and whispered in my ear, "Get that motherfucker in the parking lot."
Yeah,
we're not fucking up that moment.
That's the correct response.
We're not fucking up that moment.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that though.
They could have really got him.
I'm okay with
no
that.
Cameras, no nobody.
I'm okay with that. I don't like the fact that nigga, you didn't have enough restraint to damn walk up on stage on a black produced fucking Oscars, a black production set, and nigga, you're the leading candidate for fucking Oscar that haven't even been
I don't know what point I'm missing. I don't know what point I'm missing, Kyle. Enlighten me.
You're the favorite to win a fucking Oscar. It's like there's so many other ways that you could still kept your gangster and still kept the honor of the show.
I'm just in complete shock because I know Kyle don't even move like that. So why are you saying it's okay?
He already said he doesn't.
Yeah,
so I respect that.
That's why I get that nigga.
Will does care. He keeps saying Will he don't care. He do care. That's why he crying. That's why he doing. That's why he went the next. He did his interview. He cried during his shit. Then he did a public apology the next day. Posted it everywhere to Chris personally, and now he about to do a whole damn rent table talk on it, and he gonna cry there too. That motherfucker care.
Do y'all know they're talking about taking his Oscar away? Do y'all know that?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's gonna happen, but
and I don't want it to happen, but that's part of consequences, Mervin. I get that.
They're talking about
it. And I know that we like an audience when we check somebody. I know we like an audience, but
he was holding his tears right after he was about to cry. What did you talk about? What did you talk about? Are some of the people in the comments really watching shit?
He wasn't going to leave. He definitely wasn't going to leave.
People had to talk to him on the side. People don't know the backstory that took place. Denzel spoke to him on the side before he even got his award. He was crying then.
Well,
I think now that it's settled, he's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Of course, you know what I'm saying?
Of course,
you know,
that's usually how it is. Yeah.
But you know, I mean, for your wife, this is what she wanted from you. This is how, you know what I mean, she was running the plays, and this is what you did for her. You know what I mean? This is what happened. You know what I'm saying?
They had 45 minutes to debate. That shit don't take 45 minutes. They gotta sit down and have a whole counseling team about it. You just don't just do that shit in 45 minutes.
No,
they gotta go with the show. They can't just they can't be like, well, because it was votes. So if they don't give it to him that night, who the fuck they gonna give it to? You can't just in the middle of the in the middle of the show.
He would have still gotten the award. He just wouldn't have been there to accept it. If they had
refused to leave.
He told him he wasn't leaving. I ain't leaving. I'm doing my speech and everything.
Hey, yo, we got to give Will credit. Will was probably the first black man in history that was told to leave someplace and you did not get the fucking police called on him and get scuffed and stuff. We got to give him credit for that.
Well, that would embarrass the Academy even more if cops came up in there like, "Yo, let's go."
Because although this particular Oscars was a little bit blacker than the Oscars So White, that is still the Oscars, and they still could have had that man hemmed up, barred up, and they could have said, because they asked him to leave, he said no. Yeah. What did they say? Oh, you don't want to leave? During commercial, they could have had some cops come and drag his ass out, and that would have been totally.
They not going to do that because all cameras and phones going, all type of shit. They ain't going to show Will getting dragged and beat up by the cops.
I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm so glad they
recorded that shit.
And I'm not. I mean, and I want to make it very clear. I'm not saying that I hope any of those things would have happened to Will, but I'm just saying what could have happened in that situation. That's what. That's what we have to understand is those consequences. We already. It don't take much to get us in trouble and put us behind bars and kill us and shit like that. So that's why I think it's very important that we think about the consequences of our actions before we act. That's all I'm saying.
They might make a whole example out of Will because of the embarrassment he brought to the awards.
Let me ask another question. All right, because this whole thing, a lot of the talk was Will defending his wife, right? All right. So I understand the importance of defending your wife, defending a black woman. Is it not just and stats? This come from Brandon. All right, because I saw something on Brandon shit. Is it not just as important to protect the black man?
Yes.
Of course.
That's but that ain't a thing, Merv. That ain't a thing, Merv. But that ain't a thing. That's a conversation that motherfuckers really ain't ready for.
Because clearly, Jada has not been protecting her husband.
No, she has
at all. At all.
She has not. And that's why I said that it is very important in these situations.
Yeah.
Because your spouse could really be foolish. And all you have to do is
I agree, Jamal.
catch up. All of these red table talks that Jada has been doing, like I said early in the pod, has been exposing things about their marriage that we never knew and we did not want to know. And it goes back to the motion that sometimes we like our celebrities quiet, because when they say too much and do too much, now we know all of these things about their marriage that really, after knowing, doesn't benefit us. And it only gave them. It didn't. People keep saying that Will and Jada are Hollywood, a Hollywood. What's the word? Royalty and no, they're almost like
not after entanglement. Not after the entanglement.
Yo, Mark, wow, bro.
Not even that. You crying about alopecia, but you had Willow dyeing her hair and bleaching her hair since she was a little kid, talking about freedom. So if you're dealing with alopecia, you know what that goes through, and it can be hereditary. Why would you let your daughter do that? You look like a whole hypocrite.
But back to protecting the husband of the black man.
Protect the black man.
Hey, Mur, we got off of that shit real quick. Bring it back, nigga.
No, it's not even that. It looked like Will don't know how to run his household, so that's how she making him look.
Tina, oh my good. Wait a minute. Before you go, I just got to throw this in there, because I'm like, man, I talked to my brother, for about this shit, and he was just like, yo, he's like, Will ain't running that house right. He's just like, man, all this type of shit happening. He's just like, yo, something wrong in that house.
And she exposed that. His wife exposed that before the entanglement.
All right, now Murph, back to you. You know what I'm saying? Protect the black man. Protect me. Protect me.
Everything that's come up in the table talk or the scandals, everything that's come up has hurt Will.
Emasculated him. Emasculated him.
At all.
At all.
Like a boss.
Hey, Murph.
Like the leader of the marriage. Jada is looking like Mark said. Jada looking like the immortal city girl leader.
I'm trying to tell you.
Fabulous. But she keeps talking. The only person that has negative perception from this is Will. Every time something happens between them, everybody look at Will like, damn, nigga, what the fuck you doing? Damn,
why your wife out there wilding?
You're not leaving the household. I don't know. Will look fucking bad, man.
Hey, Merv, I don't know if y'all noticed this whole pod when Jada's name is mentioned, man. Mark just shake his fucking lean back and shake his fucking head.
You got to, man. I was like, yo, it's sad what's happening out here. I like, man, listen, but that protect the black man thing is serious. Protect me. Seriously, you know what I'm saying? If you see me, give me a hug, let me know it's gonna be all right.
To me, that actually includes protecting us from ourselves, from our impulses, from the shit that we want to do, but we shouldn't do, because you're protecting the bag, you're protecting the family. When you protect me, you protected everything that we've gathered and all that shit, man. Everything that we've built.
Absolutely.
I just want to ask Will one question. Did you sit back and think, damn, my life ain't become a whole disaster until Jada? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, did that ever cross his mind?
Yeah, but see, he got them yams long time ago, and them yams was probably like super good. You know what I mean? And
wow.
Then, that's what happened.
It's true, because she been in the picture since she went up for the role of as Lisa for Fresh Prince, but she didn't get it. Nia Long ended up getting it. But he been crushing on her since then.
They've been together 25 years.
25 years.
That's a long time.
And look how well he held it, because when his ex-wife went on reality TV and attempted to destroy him, it didn't work.
Yeah.
But now I guess you in love with Jada. You just letting her just do whatever she wants. She's destroying you, my G.
I'm gonna say like this: some guys, they love toxic women. They just do. They love them. You know what I mean? Yo, she's crazy. She'll break up all my shit. She'll talk shit, and I love her. Like, some guys are like that. I'm serious. No, it ain't me. It ain't me. That's the good thing. That used to be me. It ain't me now. You know what I'm saying?
You tell him you evolved, my nigga.
Hell yeah, yo, it ain't me now.
I was gonna say that this Jada that we're seeing now, I think is the later Jada. I don't think that this is how their marriage was in the very beginning. I think over time it evolved into this. And that's why I said that red table talk was a disaster. In the beginning, it used to be about women, and she would have people come on. It would be about celebrating women and certain issues, and then it just made a detour, and now it's just way too much.
Hey, listen, I can tell you when the detour happened.
Jada not the same Jada that we all grew up to and loved, and
y'all know why?
That's not her.
Y'all know why? It's almost like John Gotti. John Gotti was a gangster. He kept getting in trouble, and he kept getting out of trouble. He got a taste of power, became Teflon Don. Jada has tasted this power and realized, God damn, like I can do what the fuck I want. I can say what the fuck I want, and I'm getting celebrated for that shit. I got power. She is like the Teflon Don right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's the puppet master.
And she trying to corrupt other women. You know what I mean? For now Ayesha Curry got a problem with Steph Curry talking about I want attention from other men, even though I'm in a marriage and my husband loves me. You know what I mean? What?
Yeah,
that
was crazy.
She was kind of putting herself out there. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
That was pathetic.
Like Ayesha, hey, listen, look, I know I'm with Steph, but Mark, yo, just holler at me, honk the horn at me. No. You married to Steph. No. You know what I mean?
Wait, she's what? Put that comment back up. She's hypersex. What?
She's hypersex thanks to her
grandmother.
Jada's grandma.
Yeah,
because you know this. Even if you do watch Red Table Talk, I don't watch it all the time. But her mom, even Jada's mom, be in complete shock of the shit that's coming out her daughter's mouth. Like, bitch, I ain't raised you like this.
Explain that. The grandma.
So Jada's mother was on drugs a lot of Jada's life. So they really only started to create the relationship that they have when they were older, because Jada was pretty much just by herself because her mother
grandma. I thought it was something to say about the grandma just now.
Right. So her grandmother, Jada. This is gonna be verbatim. I mean, this is
paraphrase. All right, cool.
But paraphrase. So there was situations that Jada was in with her grandmother where she would teach her or just have conversations with her about men, and she learned a lot about sex. Also from being, I think, she's either been molested or raped. Either or both.
What was the conversation? Men ain't shit, so treat all of them like shit. No, like, what was Tupac? Like, yeah, I mean, is that it?
What happens with some women that have been sexually assaulted is the way that they get over it is they take power over it, and they now become over sexualized. So instead of being a victim of the sex, they try to dominate the sex, so that way they don't feel like they're being taken advantage of anymore. And Jada has said this, which is the reason why she says she never really felt sexually aroused by Will, is because of the toys that she used and things she liked to do that Will.
She got that rose.
She was not just the rose.
Yo, every time Becca even say that, that Jada said that shit, I'm like, yo, bitch, you is so disrespectful. Like, Jada is so disrespectful to tell the world that you are not aroused by your husband. You're still with this man. You told the world that you slept with another man. You told the world that he went all out for your birthday to give you your whole ancestry, and you did not appreciate that shit. Like, bitch.
Right.
Tina, chick ain't appreciative. Oh, man, that's the worst.
Yo, Jada been at that red table talking real spicy about Will. I would have been left her ass.
Tina, to your point, that's why I don't understand why. I get because of the situation and who the joke was on, she's a victim, but I really think that man did what he did because of all the built-up shit where he's been looking like a goofy all this time.
Yeah,
I think it was much bigger than Chris Rock. That's what I think. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, you know what?
That's facts. I agree. What about if Will was a real goofy and actually took it out on that bitch?
Yeah.
What if?
Hey, listen. with that when he walked on that stage, he saw several niggas while he was walking.
Absolutely, he saw Tupac and August
Alsina. He saw August. He saw Tupac. Hey, I'll tell you something else. He saw Jada too, but he know he can't hit her.
Yeah,
that's a damn good point, that boy. That's a damn good point you made.
Yes.
Believe that.
Because they talked about how in the household, this is something that they thought about years ago. They never raised their voice at each other, and they never cursed at each other. So whenever they would have Will and Jada, this is something that they said they would never do with each other, which is why hearing Will curse is such a shock to people. If he's not in a movie, hearing him curse was like, oh my God, he said the F word. But this is all plays into why he feels like people don't respect him as a man and as a protector, just a financial provider. He even said that himself. So now in his big age, the way that he governed his life prior to Sunday is all starting to come to a head.
Girl, I didn't even take him serious when he said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. He sounded crazy cursing. I'm like, you don't do this often, do you?
But the thing is, I mean, but here's the thing. The one thing, that I got, you know what I'm saying, talking to people, who like know Will, whatever, right? And they say anytime something is going wrong, he was just like, yo, I'm good, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and like every time he's around people, he wants everybody to have a good time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if he's going through something, he just says, I'm good. And this is why I always say, I was just like, look, when you don't have, for real, either your father around or a big brother or an OG or somebody like that to talk to about these things, that means you're going to keep it all inside and it's going to blow up at some point. And black men, we don't talk to people about shit we going through anyway. But if you really don't have somebody to talk to, it's even worse. At least, lucky enough for me. Yeah. I was like, I got my big brother. Right. I got, a few OGs.
Goddamn, Mark.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm good.
Goddamn, Mark.
When Denzel spoke to Will, you could tell that Denzel saw a broken man. He saw a broken man that need help.
Now, because listen, I done had some moments myself where I had about 2 or 3 weeks or a certain amount of time where shit been rough. I ain't talking to nobody, and when somebody says something that normally wouldn't bother me, I'm like, yo, this is wrong. But I say something, today ain't the day, yo. That's be my shit. I'm like, yo, today ain't the day, yo. Just not the day. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how Will felt on Sunday.
So I can see that, but
the thing is, you need somebody like to be able to check you respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So you can get your shit together. You know what I mean?
Now, will do that.
And the thing is, when you have the money and all of that, you know what I mean? Sometimes you will replace those real ones with yes men.
Yes ones.
You know what I mean? Who just, well, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's been time. No, but listen what I'm saying. It's been times where I was out of control. And my brother had to step in and just like, yo, little bro, what's wrong with you? The fuck you doing? Like, everybody needs a man needs a person like that. To be able to talk to him like that.
Every nigga needs a Jeffrey from Bel Air.
Yeah, they do. I feel like that with Kanye. I feel like Kanye. Word is that there are people around Kanye that tell him, yo, he's doing too much. But I don't feel like it's enough. I feel like just like what Mark said. There's a lot of people, and I think that's what's happened with Will. He said it himself, and is playing out. It's playing out right now. What happens as a child when certain things don't get addressed and you suppress it, and why men need that outlet. It's every single place you could find for women and even for children. But it's just now starting to be a conversation where they're saying men need to check on their mental health. Not just Charlamagne been saying it all these years, but on a real serious note, because men don't often get that time to say, I need help, I'm not well, I need to see somebody. And a good woman is supposed to be that space for that man. But if your wife is at the red table,
guess what? That goes for Chris too, right? Because Chris didn't react. He could have, but you also said he's known to be like the shy man and don't speak up and this and the third. So that could have affected him too, and we don't even know what he's dealing with because he's been quiet.
So but here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing, right? Becca, what you said is correct. Tim, what you said, I agree with both y'all. But when I brought up earlier about protecting the black man, you gotta really feel secure and protected for you to allow your vulnerability to be exposed or to express your vulnerability. Even if you go to a specialist or a therapist or whatnot, it's usually somebody that has somebody that's still like, yo, go ahead, talk to that person. You still a man, you still the lion. Even the lion sometimes need to talk to people. But you gotta feel protected or have that kind of support system. A lot of times black men don't have that fucking support system because a lot of times you got wives that are significant others that will you acting real soft right now. You acting real weak right now. And I feel like Jada is one of Jada seem like one of them types. Just me assuming. Just me assuming. I ain't hear that from them. But
I'm like, man, but and sometimes a man, I'll say like this, right? Like, I mean, you might have, for some, some violence in you. You might have to punch something, right? You know what I'm saying? So you need an outlet for that. You know what I mean? You know how many times I punched the wall? I had to be taken to the hospital because I broke my damn hand punching the wall because I was mad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And my brother wasn't around. I couldn't talk to my brother. You know Mark, what I'm saying?
By the way, side note, I went to one of those smash rooms before.
They're great.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Will don't seem like the type to have ever lashed. He's even known as the rapper that doesn't curse, right? Yeah, I mean, so like this is something. But every time he talked, it seemed like he's crying out for help.
Yeah, this is true though.
About him about that, like how you gonna be a rapper and you don't curse? People joked about him
in his speeches and everything. It sounds like he's crying out for help. It sounds like I'm in a marriage, it's fucked up, and I need somebody to help me. Though every time he talked, it sounds like did y'all watch the Essence? The Essence Awards for the women? Because he presented presented the what's her name? Back of the chick that played his wife on the Venus and Serena thing. Yeah, she got an award. They honored Nia Long, Anjania, right, and two other women. And two other women. And the way he spoke about that woman was, it's like, damn, do you love her? You love Jada, because he just thought that this woman was perfect. Well, and you could still hear the cry out for help in his voice. Like what this woman did for him on set and how amazing she was. And it sounds like he's not getting that support from his own wife.
So Anjanou Ellis, who played his wife, was on the Breakfast Club, and she spoke about Will. She mentioned to him that she was not getting this was back when they were still talking about women not getting paid enough, right? And she mentioned to Will, she wrote Will a letter and said that the pay, her issue was the pay. She took the job because she really wanted it. Her Breakfast Club interview is amazing. I suggest y'all watch it. She talked about writing him a letter and saying that the pay needs to be fixed. He read the letter and not only increased her pay, but increased everybody's pay and gave the whole cast a bonus as well. She said that when she gave Will that letter, his response was immediate. He didn't think twice about giving her what she wanted. And she does have a softer disposition than Jada. Strong woman, but she's definitely
very strong.
She's definitely softer than Jada. And I could see how when she spoke to him or when she wrote that letter and he read it, that it felt different for him. And he does speak very highly of her. Even in his speech crying, he said he looked at her and felt he needed to protect her.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you know what? Go ahead, Will. Finally, let Jada hear your ass.
That's not impressed.
But you know what though? I'm gonna say like
no, Stacks. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying how this woman is not protecting his wife, is not protecting him, and he's feeling protected from other women. But that's not who he wants. He wanted from his wife.
You know what's funny to me, and I know it wasn't purposely, but we literally got we were talking about men being protected, and we literally flipped it around to where the man's protecting the woman. I know y'all didn't do that on purpose, but that just goes to show you how that subject matter usually go. And like I think Jamal said earlier, like when men vent and they need to talk to somebody, people look at them as weak. Once again, I'll go back to what I said earlier. There's only certain people I really care about as far as them thinking that I'm weak. You know, I don't care. I've been to therapists. I've vented, cried to my wife and shit like that. I don't mind mentioning shit like that. And if a dude think I'm soft because of that, I mean, these hands say otherwise. If you come thinking I'm soft and shit like that, just because I'm putting out all this information. So yes.
Hey, listen, Stacks. If you want to cry about the football team, it's okay. It's okay, boy. I got you.
Man, listen. I think I'm a woman, and I think women are evil.
Shit.
Are you evil?
That was
no.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm gonna tell you why. And a lot of females, if me growing up, a lot of chicks didn't like me because I always defend the man. Right now, I'm Team Chris. I'm not Team Will at all.
Oh yeah, I'm a pick me because I'm married. So yeah,
I'm not, and that's just what it is. But most women, and it's been a whole debate for the past 2 days. Team Will. I like how he defended me. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Tina think most women are
evil. I don't like what he was defending. You know what I'm saying? That's probably my
we know, Mark. I mean? We fucking know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, this nigga been disgusting with the.
Because if Will was my brother, I would slap the fuck out of his bitch and him.
Yeah. But see, I mean, I think he distanced himself from his brother Harry. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're as close as they once were. You know what I'm saying? So that's another real one that, you know what I'm saying? You know, can't really talk to him.
Because we still got some from this, we still got some more topics. I feel like we could do a part 2 next week. And I think we should start with the protection of the man. Like how Jada should have protected.
I agree with that shit, bro.
I think we should go ahead and do parting shots and do a part 2 to this.
All right.
I actually fucking agree. That's a fucking good idea. I want to be protected.
Protecting the man, y'all. And we're gonna do the same situation. It's Jada protecting Will. Why or why not? I think we just and same thing how we did tonight. How we dive into the protection of the woman and restraint or strength or poise, but using them. I think we should do a part 2 next week, y'all, and let people know now.
Oh my God! Who the fuck is this? This spitting this knowledge right here, Jesus.
Right?
Show yourself. Who are you? Shit.
They're not gonna like you.
God damn. Hey, why not? Rest in peace, man. They finna drag you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, they finna drag you.
Jada is very broken. Yes. She's broken too.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I don't care for her at all. Bitch.
She ain't broken. She just like, listen. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a city girl. He should have known it when he got with. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Should have known it then. You know.
All right. So let's go ahead. We had 10. We got 2 hours and 10 minutes of great fucking content tonight.
We probably could go for another 2, but yeah, let's go.
Yeah, but we gonna break it up. Yeah. We gonna break it up.
I got a lot to say.
We gonna break it up.
I got a lot to say. I gotta tell the world how I feel.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do a part. Is everybody good with that? Like I really think
I'm good with it.
I got a question. I'm good with it. I got a question though. Is there anybody speaking out against Jada that's a celebrity?
No.
Who?
No. But we're gonna talk about next week though. That's
listen. Let me tell you.
That's one of the subtopics of protecting the black.
Because I feel like somebody needs to come for that bitch. I feel like somebody with a platform needs to come for her.
Listen, whoever come for her, it's gonna be a gang of Ultimas at that girl house. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whoever come for her.
Because you got all these comedians that's saying, oh, if that was me and he ain't do right and that wasn't the way to handle it and I would have broke his jaw, da 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 da. But we're the women that said like, Jada, you mad wrong for that. I need to see somebody with a platform say that.
It's not too many. It's not. I lie. I say about 1%. I only see about 1%.
Let me tell you something. When y'all watch Will saying his speech, you could see that people was still mad and in shock.
Yeah.
Until he started crying. Then you saw the Venus and Serena start their whole demeanor change because they saw the tears. So they went from I can't believe you did this shit during this moment to Becca, you saw that shit, bro? Yo.
Yeah. But let's go with the party shots because I know we can talk about this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we do part 2 is next week, y'all. Continuation because I feel like we still got a lot more shit to say, but I won't be on until midnight.
Right.
True.
All right. Who will go first?
I'll go first, man. I'll go first, man. Great show. It's a great show when I didn't even know it was 2 hours in, but when it's formed like this, the time just fly by. At the end of the day, I feel as though it's a time and place for everything. People may not go by that mantra, and while I do understand people get to a breaking point, I understand that side of it as well. So I understand both sides. I came to a understanding and realization tonight that people deal with things differently, even though I feel as though Will should have dealt with the whole situation differently. People are going to do what they're going to do, to Mark points, based on how they want to deal with a situation, and I understand that, even though I don't agree with it. I think that both men should protect their wife, and it should be reciprocated. I just think that's a thing. Fortunately, I have that in spades. 20 years running. I mean, not bragging, but I mean that's just where I'm at with mine right now.
I'm trying to be like you, Cuzzo.
Shout out to everybody out there that's listening to us, man. This was a good one tonight. I really do appreciate the fam that I'm partying with tonight. I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate everybody out there that's looking at us right now and hearing us right now. Shout out to One Mile High Radio. I'm good, man.
Next.
You want to go ahead, Becca.
Go ahead.
I'm a Will Smith fan, but I'm not a fan of what he did at this moment, this and the third. I feel like he a sucker ass nigga. Sorry. That's how I feel. Like, because right now I don't like Jada and I don't like what she did to you, and I felt bad for you at one point, but now I feel like it's come to a time where you need to realize that you probably need to walk away from this hoe. But you stupid, so be stupid. That's just the raw me, because the fact that I even saw him laugh and all this other shit before, like, your reaction wasn't genuine. So I don't give a fuck about your tears no more. That's how I feel. I peep game, and now I don't give a fuck. So fuck the Smiths family, whatever. I'm gonna watch the Red Table Talk or whatever to see what they gonna say. Because I just want to see where the contradiction gonna come in at.
Watch this. But I just that up next week.
Yeah, I'm just not beat. You laughed for a while. Your reaction was delayed, so it wasn't genuine. Your reaction to protect your wife was not genuine. So kick rocks. Chris Rock may not be perfect, and he not the best of the best of the best from his past, but he handled that shit well. I don't even care if he was shook, whatever. He handled it well. I'm a fighter. But you know what? I never been a millionaire before, so maybe my fight might be different if I got millions. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So I'm always team dudes for the most part. Will needs to get it together. He needs to seek help. He needs to take what Denzel told him. Because the devil might be your own inner beast that you've been carrying this whole time because you wasn't getting help. Okay? Devil might be you. You might be fighting your own demons. Your demon might be yourself. Look in the mirror. Great potting with y'all, and that's what I got.
All right, cool. All right, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, look, I mean, it's crazy. You know how, like, man, like yo, it be people really be going to bat for Jada. It's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's perfectly all right how she conducts herself and perfectly okay. You know what I'm saying? How she's kind of, pushing Will into directions he might not want to go in. And I'm just like, man, to me, if you got love for somebody, right? I'm like, respect should be included in that.
Right.
Not making them look bad should be included in that. I'm
Absolutely.
just like, even with all the shit that I've done, I ain't never make nobody just look bad. You know what I'm saying? Just, I'm gonna make her look terrible. You know what I mean? To make myself look great. Like, that's never been, something that I would ever co-sign. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And not that I'm in their marriage or, know everything about it or anything like that. But just to me, I'm like, yo, listen, whether it's by accident or on purpose or whatever, I'm like, you making this man look bad. And why would you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I don't get that part. You know what I'm saying? I can never understand that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you should never want to do that. You know what I mean? And this is your king. This is supposed to be your king. Like, come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, oh yeah, man, with city girl life above everything else. I mean, damn. You know what I mean? You've been with them 20 years. You know what I mean? You got, how many kids they got? 2, 3? How many kids? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Jada, you know what I mean? For her to do better. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what, how you started. You know what I mean? You doing all right now. You know what I'm saying? You got a man, you know what I mean, for her that got love for you, that's willing to do any fucking thing for you. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you do with that? Come on now. You gotta do better. That's all I got.
I mean, we've all been talking about Jada and how foolish she's been making Will look for the past couple years. I started off this pod by saying that Red Table Talk should be set on fire, because what happens when you connect yourself with the wrong person and they've been together for 25 years, you end up holding in a lot of stuff. My main thing tonight, as a wife, I definitely understand why she would have let Will go up there and protect her. But also as a wife, there is part of that protection is making sure that he don't mess up what y'all got, especially being celebrities, especially being millionaires, especially supposedly being Hollywood royalty, and especially dealing with the situation. It's not looking good for Will, and a lot of this does trickle back to his wife. And if nothing else gets heard from this pod tonight, after all that we've been talking, make sure that you are with somebody that don't have you out here looking stupid.
Right.
Right now, and I hate that this is looking like, let's just blame the black woman, right? I hate that it's looking that way, but we have to be actual and factual about what is really going on. And a lot of this stems from years of not protecting each other. None of this has happened from Will opening his mouth. All of the things that we now know about their marriage has all happened from Jada opening up her mouth. And we need to make sure that we don't use protect black women as an attack on black men. And it's seeming like that. So we need to change that narrative.
And we'll deep dive next week. We'll deep dive in that next week. Yeah. I'm gonna go after that because that's such a fucking great segue for next.
That was
next
awesome.
Week.
Damn, Cuzzo.
Great segue. You
know, maybe Cousin Rob ain't going to jail. Fuck.
Hey,
no, he won't. I won't let him.
There you go.
Y'all heard Becca.
We catch him after the awards.
Y'all heard Becca. That's the segue for next week. I'm not even going behind that. Yo, shout out to Mile High Radio. Shout out to Sean, Mel, everybody else is on here.
Hey, the Street Team General Tayson.
The Street Team General.
Nick J.
Blast Music.
Zingle
TV. Blackjack TV channel 199, 198. Bobby, Troy, to all our 1,000+ people that follow us on Facebook, in the Facebook, the Guys Podcast Facebook group.
Everybody that commented tonight.
Yep, everybody commented tonight. Yo, we got over 300. We got over 300 comments tonight. We got 2 hours and 20 minutes of great content. It's so fucking great. We're doing a part 2, continuation. When does the Red Table Talk happen with them? Is that this week they're doing that shit?
It hasn't been said yet.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully it comes out before next Wednesday for a continuation. All right. Hey, I appreciate the content. Appreciate the pod in the night. You're a great pod. Everybody's got good points. Everybody got in their fucking bag tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was one of the topics where everybody's able to get in their fucking bag, and that's when we have our best fucking pods. So I appreciate everybody getting in their fucking bag. Great pod. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next week, 8 o'clock for the guys.
Peace, y'all.
Peace out, y'all.